person here today. Good evening.
The promise, the future, and life. Let the light that's within me shine to the whole world, whole world. Light, let the dawn of a new day bring understanding and love. Hope inside, inside, bringing hope and make you feel
Kenneth, good evening.
alright.
Bright, I see you.
Rainbow,
This is as much as I can write.
the promise, the future, and life.
Yeah. Please let's send to our
Let
friends,
the
our
light
followers.
that's within
Latifat, I
me shine
see you.
to the whole world, whole world.
I hope
Light,
we are
let the
good. Happy
dawn
February,
of a new
everyone.
day bring understanding and love. Hope inside, inside, bringing hope and make you feel alright.
I'm sending to all the names shown on my screen, so you can do the same as well.
The promise, the future, and life. Let the light that's within me shine to the whole world, whole world. Light, let the dawn of a new day bring
Oladipo, I see
understanding
you.
and love.
Thank you, Janice. Jamanovic, good evening, happy Thursday. 8:13. Janice, I hope you are good. Happy Thursday to you. Thanks for joining me and thanks for the heart to me.
The promise, the future, and life.
Elder Kenneth, I hope you are good. I hope maybe you're even at work now, who knows. I hope your day has been good anyways. Gelu, I see you. Please help share this live. You can repost, you can share it, you can invite your friends to be part of our talk today. I always say this is the day the Lord has made. Indeed, I'm rejoicing and I'm glad in it. However tired I am, I'm still here and I trust you're here as well. 8:13. Good evening. I hope you are good. Started clapping already. Happy Thursday to you. Please send. Click down on your screen for about 3 seconds and some names will pop up. Just send and all the way. Scroll down, send to all of your followers, especially the married ones. Let's be part of this talk today. Nuga, I see you. You're fine, thank God, sir. It's another day. We're grateful to be alive. Thank God that He has counted us worthy to be amongst the living. So there is still hope for you and I yet. 8:13, thank you. Gracias.
The promise, the future, and life.
So I'm mindful of the time. I really, I'm going to be trying to, make the talk as short as possible. And I'm not going to cancel not giving a talk because I really love for us to be focused. And that's the only way I feel we can get the essence of our talk, because every topic can be expanded to, can be expanded, period. But it's always good to focus on the main talk and the topic so that we can get the essence of today's live. Actually, for those who are married, you're just joining in, you're welcome. And please, I just beg you, really, send to all of your friends, let them be part of this talk, whether they're married or not, actually. But our talk today is for married people mostly, but everyone can come to learn, actually. Vicky, I see you, user 5254799, all of that, I see you. B1955, I see you. Good evening to every one of you, or good day wherever you're joining from. You're welcome to Insight with FunmiRoyal this beautiful Thursday evening. Yeah, in UK, well, in my side of UK, it's been raining. I'm like, this rain should just pour and then stop. But it's like a baby crying all day and not stopping, but then we can't complain. Some people can't even, probably, I don't know where they are in the world, they can't even come out. Probably they're snowed in or due to some, very, very bad weather. But we thank God still we're alive and well. If you're not salt, you will not melt in the rain, so to say. Anywho, I'm gonna go into my talk, and I'll try to, I don't know what examples will come that might prolong the talk, but I'll try to keep it as short as possible so that we can come and do justice to this talk today. And yeah, I have I think it's a tongue twister today. If you don't want to miss that, stay till the very, very, very end. We do that just to cool down from the serious talk we're going to be talking today. Adeyinka, I see you. Please help share this live to your friends. Let them be part of this talk today. Misunderstanding in marriage. Misunderstanding in marriage. I mean, if you can see on your screen, that's as far as I can type. But I'll keep saying it so that we know what the topic is. Misunderstanding in marriage. Let us talk about this because this is another major factor contributing to the rate of divorce, the rate of separation. Misunderstanding in marriage, and sometimes this is very severe, dare I say chronic, to the point that couples feel the best thing is to go their separate ways. But is this God's plan for marriage? Of course not. God created everything and God said it is good. Everything God has created is good. So if we're having misunderstanding in our marriage, what is the root cause of this, and what are we trying to do, or what are we trying to do about the misunderstanding, such that there's some sort of understanding between husband and wife, and we don't have to be thinking of separation or divorce. But I know life happens, things get heated up to the point that it really does separate couples. People get divorced as a result of this. I mean, finance is another major factor, but I think another talk for another day. So let's focus on misunderstanding in marriage. That is the focus of our talk today. So I'm going to go into this, and as I'm talking, I always say to us to reflect. Even as I'm speaking, sometimes I reflect, and a lot of things, start coming to mind as I'm even giving the talk. So I'm not here to talk at anyone, but rather to charge us, help us think deep. If we're having such issues in our marriages, thank you for the heart to me. Let's see who that is. Oh, Leslie, good evening. Oluwaduro Timmy 50, I see you. Thanks for joining. Please help share this live. I keep saying that, help share to your friends. So yeah, let's look at it critically. Let's break it down, have understanding. As we reflect, there will be one or two things that will come to mind. Do not be in denial this evening, especially when you want to enjoy your marriage. Yes. Yeah, thank you so much, Leslie, for liking the live already. Please help share. The fastest way is to click down 3 seconds on your screen. Some names will pop up. Just send to all of them, at least maybe 30 names or more will come up. You can click send to all of them. Let's talk about these things today. Let's stop the rate of divorce, the rate of separation. When husbands and wives they have understanding to whatever it is they're going through, there's tendency that they might just be able to resolve things without going their separate ways or without divorce. So let's look at it. Marriage brings two different individuals together. different backgrounds, different personalities, different communication styles, different expectations, even different emotional needs. Because of these differences, misunderstanding in marriage is not unusual. It's bound to happen from time to time. However, while misunderstanding is common, thank you so much for the heart to me, it is also one of the leading cause of conflict, emotional distance, and breakdown in relationships when left unresolved. Therefore, every spirit of misunderstanding we bind right now in the name of Jesus. Let us open our hearts. Let us, reflect on things as we go along. And I mean, if you think your marriage is doing good, kudos to you. But then think back to several misunderstandings that has led to where you are at in your marriage. And of course, there's still more coming your way. So why not best equip yourself with whatever is coming such that you're ready? If you're just joining, you're welcome. We're talking about misunderstanding in marriage. So, understanding misunderstanding is very essential if marriages are to grow, if they are to heal, and if they're to thrive. Remember, this is a lifelong journey. Well, it's meant to be, except the husband or the wife is not serious about their vows. This is till death do you part, really. Other than that, we're meant to live through whatever challenges we face, whatever the misunderstanding, we'll have to talk through it. We've talked about communication in marriage, was it last week or the week before? It's very crucial. Whatever misunderstanding, you have to sit and still, talk things through such that it doesn't lead to separation or such huge conflicts that couples will decide to actually divorce one another. So, what is misunderstanding in marriage? Let's break it down some more. Misunderstandings occur when intentions, words, actions, or emotions are interpreted incorrectly. There will be misunderstanding. So, it's not always about what is said, but how it is heard. How it is heard. So, in many marriages, partners may speak the same language yet communicate very different meanings. The men are from Mars, women from Pluto or Venus or whatever the saying is out there. Partners may speak the same language yet communicate very different meanings. That's why it's always good to ask for clarity. When you're not sure about a matter, don't just sit and assume this is what they mean and then you start putting two and four together, start planning how you're going to react and act and all of that, not knowing that what was said was lost in there in that communication. So misunderstanding can stem from assumptions, unspoken expectations, past experiences, emotional wounds, or poor communication habits. These are causes, or these are where misunderstanding can actually stem from. So over time, repeated misunderstandings can turn into resentment. It can turn into silence or constant conflict. And this is where we need to pay attention. When you're beginning to see traces of, constant conflict, there's so much silence or resentment kind of building up, misunderstanding really can bring about all of these things. The best way still will be communication, clarification, talking things through, rather than, allow all of these things to build up. So let's look at some common causes of misunderstanding in marriage. There's 1,000,001, but for time, I'm going to just break it down a little bit more, give us few points here and there. So the first cause of misunderstanding that I can mention is poor communication. Because they're saying something, they're communicating, maybe in a very poor way, and words are being misunderstood, and it's now bringing about issues or conflict. So when couples do not communicate clearly or listen attentively, messages are easily distorted, easily done. Interruptions, defensive responses, or selective listening increases confusion. So we need to be mindful. That's why I'll keep hammering on this today. Clarification, clarity. You can do that through communication. So poor communication can actually cause misunderstanding in any marriage, really. No matter how long couples have been married for, these things can still happen. There's no time frame to it. Oh, in your 10 years, that's only when you feel that. Or no, it doesn't matter. As long as you're in that marriage relationship, this can happen from time to time. Again, another cause of misunderstanding is unspoken expectations. Many spouses expect their partner to just know what they need. Just know what they need. That one is part one. Part two is they even verbalize what they need, but the spouse is not hearing. They're not hearing. So that too is part of it. But let's focus on unspoken expectations. So when expectations are not expressed, disappointment and frustration will follow. Because like I always say, even if your spouse is a prophet or prophetess and they see vision, they see everything about you, this very one time, they might just miss a very important thing. Maybe they're tired, they're not seeing with their, foresight and hindsight and all of that, and they will miss it. They will not see what you're saying, or they'll miss whatever it is you're expecting from them. So, unspoken expectations. How do you expect your spouse to know? You have to say these things out through communication as well. Otherwise, disappointment and frustration will follow. And we don't want that, because it then escalates to a whole lot of things that can eventually lead to separation. Another cause of misunderstanding is emotional triggers and past experiences. This one, from time to time, I have to say to clients, the fact that you're in this room seeking counseling, it means you've been through so many things, traumatic ones, unpleasant ones, the negative ones and all of that. But the fact that you're sitting in this room seeking counsel means you overcame. You may not see it because you're feeling sad, you're feeling lonely, you're feeling depressed and all of that. But the fact that you're still alive, meaning you survive whatever your past experiences were, that's why you're here today. So we have to dig deep and find strength in the midst of that. So another cause of misunderstanding is emotional triggers and past experiences. Past hurts, childhood experiences, or previous relationship can actually influence how a spouse interprets situation. And this one is not something you learn, it's just something you've experienced, and that's why it's like, I'm not the one that hurt you. Why are you talking to me like this? I'm not the one that hurt you. It's your past boyfriend, your past girlfriend, or whatever. Why are you bringing that into this space? So this can cause a lot of misunderstanding. A harmless comment, may feel like an attack due to unresolved emotional wound. Your spouse may just have done something little, and you just flare up like they did something major that your ex did to you, and now you're reacting to your spouse now just because maybe your ex is long gone, and unresolved conflict from the past, you're now bringing it to your present, and of course it's going to affect your future if care is not taken. So let's be mindful of emotional triggers. Best way is still to talk to your spouse about whatever you're feeling, rather than bottle it up and then expressing it in the wrong space. It's not going to bring any conflict resolution. Another cause of misunderstanding is differences in personality and thinking styles. Like I always say, even if you're twins, the way you think, the way you do certain things will be different. That even if you look so much alike, you will say certain things or do certain things, and people can tell you about, no, it's T that will do this, not K, as in twins anyways. So differences in personality and thinking styles. Some people process internally, others process things verbally. Some are logical, others are emotional. So when these differences are not understood, spouses may feel ignored or misunderstood or invalidated. Nobody wants to feel invalidated. This is my relationship, this is my marriage, I want to be sure that whatever I'm going through or feeling or whatever counts as well. So when these differences are not understood, of course there will be misunderstandings, and your spouse may feel ignored, like you don't even understand them, you don't validate their expressions and all of that. The way we think is different. Like I said, some their own is to be emotional about whatever it is, and the way they behave, you can tell that this person is not getting my, my statement, or not getting me at all. You need to, give clarity. Or when they ask for clarity, it's not the time to flare up and, what do you mean you don't understand? As simple as this. Try, use other words that will help them understand, and then ask them to reflect back to you what you have said, just so you're sure you're on the same level. Otherwise, there will be misunderstanding. Another one, last one I'll mention, there's so many, like I said, but for time, I'm going to limit it to this 5 or 6 I've mentioned. Stress and external pressure can bring about misunderstanding. Financial strain, number one cause of divorce. Work pressure can bring about misunderstanding. Parenting responsibilities can bring about misunderstanding. And life's transitions can heighten emotions, making misunderstandings more frequent and intense. You have this pressure at work, and there's some things you need to manage at home. You've got parental responsibilities, you just overcome some debt and all of that. There's just stress, so much pressure, and you're trying to say to your spouse this, this and that, this, and it's like they're just not understanding, or they're just misunderstanding things. And this is not going to help that relationship grow solid. It's not going to help. It doesn't mean there's no love in there. Of course, there's love in there and all of that. But all of this stress and external pressure can bring about a whole lot of misunderstanding. Parental responsibility. You have arranged who's picking up the child, who's doing the school runs and all of that. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, I thought you said you will pick up this child. Instead of just clarifying things, they start shouting. You misunderstood what I said. Oh, this and that. Before you know, time is already going. And then the child will be late for school or be late to be picked up. So there's so many things that can contribute to misunderstanding in marriage. However much I've said, let's think more. There's some other ones you can put on the chat if any comes to mind. So let's look at the effects of misunderstanding in marriage, because that's one of the reasons we're here. Let's talk about the effect of these things so that we can think. I want to enjoy my marriage. I bet you want to enjoy your marriage as well. So these are issues we all face in our marriages from time to time, some more frequent than the others, but we still go through them, and we have to go through them and not through each other to the point of separation. So unresolved misunderstanding can lead to emotional distance, frequent arguments, lack of intimacy, loss of trust, and in severe cases, separation. The fact that they can't hack it anymore. They're talking, you're not listening, you're listening, they're not talking, and all of that. When it gets so overwhelming, I pray we don't find ourselves in this situation. Sometimes couple will feel like, let's give ourselves some space, because obviously it's like we're not communicating right now. You're misunderstanding me. This is not what I implied. This is not what I said, and all of that. You find out that the tension is becoming so much. Sometimes it's not affecting your sleep, your eating habits, your work even, and you just feel like we need to take a break. Let's go our separate ways. And when you go separate ways, communication probably will be more limited as well. And then you find out that, oh, I have peace. I don't have to talk, and somebody misunderstanding me. Oh, and then you start feeling comfortable. And then before you know, 1 year is gone. You guys are not back together. And you just feel, what's the point? At this point, what's the point of coming back? That means you're not seeking help together, even though you're separated. And before you know it, like, you know what? Somebody will now sign the divorce paper and send to the other person. After all, this 1 year, I've been able to breathe. I could think. Nobody could misunderstand me. But is that really the solution? Because I bet in no time you'll be feeling the need to have another relationship. And what is the guarantee that you will not have misunderstanding there? Might even be worse than this person you just divorced. You never can tell. So, unresolved misunderstanding can lead to emotional distance, frequent arguments, lack of intimacy, lack of loss of trust, and in severe cases, separation. So over time, Couples may stop communicating altogether, believing it is safer to stay silent than to be misunderstood, because constant misunderstanding will lead the spouse to remain silent because they just feel they're not heard, or even when they speak they're misunderstood, and it's bringing even more issues. They want peace, so let's just stop talking altogether and stay safe. But is that really the solution? I'm asking food for thought. Misunderstanding does not just affect couple, it also impacts the children if children are in that marriage already, and the overall emotional atmosphere of the home is going to be affected as well. So let's be mindful. These things happen no matter how much couple love themselves. There will be misunderstanding from time to time. Some may just be deeper than the other. Some may be even chronic, I dare say that, to the point of separation. Couples have separated. Some have found their way back. They're able to communicate better. They started listening. Some have gone for therapy sessions, couples therapy, spiritual therapy, or whatever, just to help them, understand each other better. It might just be that someone needs to listen more, someone needs to talk more, someone needs to be more quiet, somebody needs to listen better, so you never can tell. However, misunderstanding is not one of the things God say we should embrace, so to say. The moment you sight it from afar, it's best to tackle it. Really, like I said, it's best to tackle it, but sometimes you're even too tired, you're too frustrated, you're too, just on that negative path that you cannot be bothered. But we have to be bothered if we still want to continue to enjoy our marriage relationship. Sometimes, yeah, you can leave things for a while, go pray to God, do whatever you have to do, and then revisit it again, such that you don't leave it, for too long. So let's see how to address misunderstanding in marriage. This one, either we know it or we don't know it, and one heart does not fit all. You know your spouse better than any other person. You know how best to communicate with them, and even if there's this misunderstanding, speak their language. Perhaps they would hear you and they would understand. So how to address misunderstanding in marriage? First, practice active listening. A lot of times it's like we're not patient enough. A lot of times it's like, I know what they're going to say, and they start talking, and you just do, there's no point talking, I know what you're going to say, let them finish anyways. So practice active listening to understand, not to respond. This is very crucial, because most times you're listening so that you find words put together to respond back or to attack back or whatever, rather than actually listen to understand what is paining your spouse, what is going on for them. Try to understand and not even assume you know what they're saying, let alone assume you understand. Even when you think you understood what they're saying, try ask questions again. Oh, I get this from what you've said. Is this what you mean? Again, clarification. It goes a long way rather than assumption. So this means giving full attention, asking clarifying questions, and reflecting back what you have heard. This is just to avoid misunderstanding, because this is how you can address it as well. Again, how to address misunderstanding: communicate clearly. What are you saying? Are you communicating clearly? Are you communicating honestly? So speak only about feelings, needs, and expectations. Avoid assumptions and mind reading, because you just read it wrongly. Clarity reduces confusion, because when you don't clarify stuff, you'll be more confused, and then misunderstanding, and then the action you're meant to put into it or not, you will not put into it or not. Let me not confuse us. Let's make sure we communicate clearly. Whatever our needs are, whatever our expectations are, the fact that your spouse who might be going through stuff, you're saying that they're partially listening to you. So their response might not even be what you were hoping for. And this can aggravate you and all of that. But still speak clearly, speak with honesty, and don't assume anything. Don't read mind. Let them say what is on their mind and try to understand what they're saying. It's very important when we communicate clearly. That way we avoid a lot of misunderstanding. Again, another one is respond with empathy. This one we're meant to have for everyone, not just even our spouse. So if you don't have it, then how do you even give to your spouse? Respond with empathy, not defensiveness, because sometimes we do this. I do this sometimes, to be honest with you. So even when you disagree, acknowledge your partner's feelings. This one, because you're hurting or you don't like what they're saying, you don't want to acknowledge what they're even feeling. No. We have to be empathetic towards one another. It's very important. I mean, it's a mad world out there. You can't get empathy, you can't get sympathy, and now you're in your own home where you're supposed to get everything quality. You're still not getting it. Of course, there'll be frustration, there'll be bitterness, there'll be all sorts. So feeling heard often resolves more than being right. You don't want to be right. Your spouse is talking. All you want to say is, but I said this, I'm right. But that's not what they need. You're going to aggravate things some more. You're going to, it will just seem like you don't have empathy because they have right to their feelings. You may not be feeling what they're feeling. Therefore, you need to understand what they're feeling because it's on you as a spouse to help them as much as possible. Feeling heard often resolves more than being right. So, if you're the type that will say, oh, yes, I'm right. Hey, please keep that rightness or whatever, righteousness, keep it to yourself. At that point in time, your spouse needs empathy from you. So that is what they ought to get from you. In other words, to avoid misunderstanding. Again, slow down conversations. Slow down. Some spouse, they talk so fast, they've said everything, and their spouse is trying to follow, they finish everything. It's like, before they even understand, you've stopped talking. They're like, what did you just say? What have you just said? Oh, you did not hear me. And then another misunderstanding or argument will start. So when emotions are high, I'm laughing because I'm talking to me right now. When emotions are high, pause. Taking time to calm down prevents words spoken in anger that deepens misunderstanding. This person already has a misunderstanding, and then your conversation now, your emotions are high, and you just keep saying stuff, and they're even getting more confused, they're getting more, lack of understanding and all of that, and they're even getting more angry because what you're saying, because you're saying things just like that. Just calm down, slow down. Sometimes you might want to say one chunky bit, spit it in 2 or spit it in 3, such that they understand exactly what you're trying to say. So calm down. Say, be calming down like this. Dear spouse, be calming down. I'm talking to myself. People, you may not understand. Be calming down like this. Because sometimes when emotions are high and you feel you're not heard, oh goodness, your spouse will better mind what they will say back to you, because otherwise you will aggravate that already high emotion. So let's slow down conversations, break it down into small chunks such that your spouse can actually understand, and make sure they give you a feedback of what you said to them, such that you're on the same page, and this would avoid any kind of misunderstanding whatsoever. So again, seek help when needed. Please, I have this client I'm going to be concluding with shortly. They're so, what's the word? Call them super person. Let me put it that way, super person. And then it got to a point that they needed they just needed help. There was no way. Their superness was gone. Everything was gone. They felt so weak, and they felt ashamed for being weak. All they had to say is open their mouth to ask, I need help. So seek help when needed. Counseling provides, not because I'm a counselor, this one I've always known, but certain cultures do not believe in counseling as such, and yet they're suffering in silence. Why suffer needlessly when there is help available? Counseling provides a neutral space where couples can learn healthy communication tools and thereby rebuild an understanding. It's not easy. That's what I say. No matter how long you've been married, if care is not taken, there will be misunderstanding that could linger on for so long. if care is not taken, could actually lead to separation. So seek help when you actually need it. You get to a point you know that, this person is not understanding me. I am not understanding them. And it's getting toxic. You need to seek help. If you're not willing to sit down and communicate with one another, as best as possible, seek professional help. Let them give you that space and help guide you back to where you can communicate better and then, avoid as much misunderstanding as possible. So I'm going to say this from a faith-based perspective. Don't worry, I'm going to round up soon because I said to you, I want to keep them short just to kind of expand our mind about what we're talking about today so that we don't keep going at different tangents. I really need us to get essence of each topic as we bring them. That is the only way we can dedicate time intentionally to break things apart, try to understand things, and then do the needful in our own marriage situation. So, from a faith-based perspective, I'm just going to put this out there. From a faith standpoint, love requires patience, humility, and of course, grace. Marriage calls for understanding. Two have become one, not just agreement. Not just agreement. You have to understand one another, mindful of where you're coming from, different backgrounds, different upbringing, different life experiences up onto the point where you guys meet. And then meeting, you have a lot of what's it called now? A lot of notes to cover, a lot of things to uncover, a lot of things to discover about your spouse, even about yourself, because you're still growing as a person. Scripture encourages spouses to be slow to speak and quick to listen and gentle in response. Do we do this all the time, even as believers? Of course not. Hey, please find that person that every time there's fire on the mountain, they'll be calm. You know that the word of God says that we should not, after you have given fire for fire, maybe that can then happen. But the Bible says that we should be slow to speak, quick to listen. And another portion says, once have I spoken, twice have I heard. We've got 2 ears. Somebody have said something once, that means we've heard it twice in a way. That's my own interpretation of that. So let us listen, quick to listen, very slow to speak, and let us respond gently, as subtly as possible, no matter the level of anger. These things is a matter of time. With practice and intentionality, you find out that you're angry, but you're calm, cool, calm, collected, and you're responding, and your spouse would have to calm down, and then you can even rub off on each other. Your spouse knows that when you're angry, that's when you're most calm. And they'll be wondering, I really want to be like that. But when I'm angry, I scatter everywhere. I do this. I say this. I just want to be like my spouse. When they're angry, you will know that they're angry, but the way they will respond, oh my goodness. So you can pray for such spirit, honestly. So when couples choose humility over pride and grace over blame, misunderstanding loses its power. But how do we get there when we don't even give each other the chance? How do we get there when we think solution is to separate? How do we get there when we think just divorce? Let's go our separate ways. I think it was last week I was sharing here, the Monday, I can't remember now, this of the couple that, misunderstanding too much and fighting, and they just divorced themselves. And then because they have children, they have to still meet from time to time, talk about how they're going to nurture their children, how they're going to, parent their children and all of that. And they were now talking, they were now communicating, they were now listening to one another. And then at some point, maybe after 3-4 years or so, maybe it was a wife or one of them said, can you not see how we're walking and sync like together since our divorce? Why couldn't we be like this when we were married? You didn't allow each other. You didn't give each other that space or the chance to get in there. But rather you divorce quickly. And then eventually you still have to build in a way for the sake of the children. And now it's like you're finding your language again and all of that. Sometimes such couple can end up remarrying one another. And God helping them the second time around, they do a better job. So let us be slow to speak, quick to listen and gentle in response. Hey, Father, I claim that. Full chest, I claim that. Lord, help me, oh Lord. So I'm going to be concluding by saying this, guys. Like I say, I want us to talk more about, this. Let's expand it some more. Misunderstanding. When you hear some stories, how misunderstanding has dealt with a man, with a woman, because of them being in a marriage, you'll be amazed. So these things is like a killer of marriage. So we have to kill it before it kills our marriages. So misunderstanding in marriage is inevitable, no doubt about it. But damage is optional. Both of you will decide the kind of damage you want that misunderstanding to do to your marriage. Either you attack it before it gets out of hand, either you attack it before it damages your relationship. It's up to you. Like I said, damage is optional. What have you both decided to happen? What level of damage do you want to experience before you tackle this misunderstanding we're talking about? So when couples commit to communication, empathy, and intentional nothing, I just want to understand my spouse. If that is our attitude towards one another, honestly speaking, we'll go far in our marriages. Misunderstandings become an opportunity for growth rather than division. I mean, like I say, God created marriage and everything God has created is good. So if you're not experiencing growth, if you're experiencing misunderstanding, all of this negativity, no empathy, no communication, no intentionality about even understanding, why are you in that marriage? Because it requires a lot. Marriage is not just by mouth, by saying, oh, I'm married, oh, see my bling bling, I'm married. No, it goes way, way beyond that. And there's so many killers of marriage these days. I mean, we're in the 21st century now. There's a whole lot that our forefathers didn't have to deal with that we are having to deal with now. And if we don't deal with it now even, it's going to break our homes. I pray God will give us the grace and the strength and the power, to give it all it takes. A healthy marriage is not one without misunderstandings, but one where misunderstandings are handled with love, with respect, and with wisdom. I'll say that again. A healthy marriage is not one without misunderstandings, but one where misunderstandings are handled with love, with respect, with grace, with wisdom, such that we overcome whatever misunderstanding, such that we overcome having to separate or to divorce one another. God is not one for divorce and all of that. And the fact that we are committed, you've said, I do to this person till death do you part. And I always say, and I dare say here, I'm not talking about domestic violence or domestic abuse. No, that's not what we're saying. I won't say stay in a marriage where somebody will come and beat you to meet your maker. No, that's not what we're saying here. However, whatever the level of misunderstanding, it is worth sitting down talking about. And if you feel you're not resolving anything, seek professional help, whether spiritual or circular, whichever one. Seek help. Couples therapy, it's there. Some people prefer groups therapy, like group couples therapy or whatever, where they see other couples share their real life raw experience and sit down, rub minds together, share together, and find ways of coping, strategies of coping, how to communicate better. Perhaps some people need to go and learn skills on how to communicate better. There's so many things we can do to help one another. And if you're not ready to put in the work, you cannot get the reward. That's just simply what it means. I pray that the Lord will continue to help us in our marriages. So that's my own conclusion about that. So my question for us today is, should misunderstandings in marriage lead to separation or divorce? Should misunderstandings in marriage lead to separation or divorce? Guys, thank you so much for listening. So that is my talk for today. And I want to believe as I was speaking, we're kind of reflecting on it, whether we're married or not. These are things married people go through. So, you that are not married, at least you're hearing now, start thinking about it. Think of some case scenario. If this were to happen, if you were married, how would you handle it? You know, sometimes when you practice this thing, you're building muscles mentally, you're building muscles spiritually, you're building muscles with knowledge, because you never can tell how soon into your marriage you're going to start having misunderstanding. So let's be mindful. Some people, it's even from start of that wedding night where the reception is still going on, the couple already are arguing about something, or there's a misunderstanding already, and it's due to one cousin from their mother's father's brother's uncle's side, you know. So you never can tell when no matter how small, no matter how big, misunderstanding is misunderstanding, and it has to be dealt with. Otherwise it will, become something else. So guys, I'm gonna open the boxes now. Let's come and rub minds together. What is your take? Should misunderstandings in marriage lead to separation or divorce? What do you think about this? And then if you have one or two nuggets you can want to share with us, please feel free. We're here to learn, unlearn and relearn, the right way to live in, such that we keep enjoying the essence of marriage as God has planned it. So let's see, who do we have here already? I'm gonna bring us up in no particular order, and I hope we are well. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. It's another Thursday. We talk about this marriage talk, misunderstanding in marriage. It does happen from time to time. There is no time frame to it. In fact, as you're tackling one, another one is coming up. As you're tackling one, another one is coming up. So we got to build muscles, really. Good evening, Toby. Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Welcome to Insight. Is this your first time here?
I used to on the box. I just used to listen to you in
Okay,
comment section.
you're one of them. Anyway, you're
I'm one of
welcome.
them.
You're very welcome. It's good to have you in the box today. And you're number one in my box, so you have to speak first today. So you can't hide.
My Oga is here, Mr. Leslie.
Hey.
Let him
you
go
you
first.
mean our Oga?
Okay. So let him go first.
It is
Yeah.
well. Yeah, but I love to hear from you. I mean,
Yeah,
what
of
you
course I'll
think?
speak.
Yeah,
I'll speak.
okay. So yeah.
Okay. Do I? Okay. Let me go then.
Yeah.
You said it all, and one of the most important thing that you mentioned just now is that we should learn this thing beforehand, so that when it starts showing up, we know what to do. Usually, for me, usually lessen the effect of the web of whatever that thing can cause. You understand? Because you already know before it happens and how to go about it. It's because a lot of singles, right? They don't give themselves to learning and all these things before they marry. It's just the wedding and I want to marry, or the kind of 1 million naira clothes or photo shoot they want to do. They are just
Yeah.
yeah. And the man that the society thinks is already equipped for marriage is even the
Oh,
worst.
Timmy, I see you. Go on. Sorry.
The man, the groom, right, that his family, the wife's family, and the society portrays as he is already equipped for marriage. They are the one that has no zero clue even. We ladies now, they used to still prepare
Yeah.
us more from our mommy's house that okay, ilé ọkọ, this is what you do and all that. But the guys, no, I mean, God forgive me. I think the Bible should have said a man keeps his home instead of a woman, because I've discovered that the
Wow.
major foundation work is from the man. Like the laying of the foundation of how the marriage would be is from the man, such as the foundation he has laid for his family, where he's coming from.
Me, I see you.
The foundation he has laid for his family, where he's coming from for the new family he's gonna build. It goes a long way. So I mean, it's a lot, but the main thing is that let's just get knowledge. Singles, people that wants to marry. There's this lady close to me. She's been telling me about her wedding plans, the photo shoot, and I know I understand the excitement and the butterflies. But I just keep reminding her that have they done the what's the thing called? Um,
Premarital counseling.
Thank you. She's not emphasizing on that at all. I mean, she mentioned it like once or twice, but she's not emphasizing it at all. And it's paining me on her behalf that hey, although I learn of JJ, this even
Yeah.
she hasn't sat me down to ask me that okay, what can you teach me in this your small year of marriage? What you know, I mean, if they don't, if singles doesn't keep giving themselves the knowledge about marriage before they enter, and even when they enter, because the learning continues.
Oh yeah. It's just starting even.
Honestly, if, there's no two way about it. There's no magic. Just the day I gave up on what's it called that there will always be quarrel, disagreement in marriage is when I heard one of my mentors that just did like 40 or 41 years in marriage recently. He said they still argue. I said, okay.
Meaning
Yes,
there is hope yet for us.
I'm telling you. Because those arguments in marriages, they form like a weapon fashion against the marriage. And you think you are the holy one. That's why this notion of keep whatever is going on between you to yourself. So no third party and no this and that.
In fact.
You need a reasonable third party. There are some things you can't handle. And there are some things the devil will be telling you that is going on between you and your husband alone. Not knowing that it's like that. That's the that's the manual for everybody.
Yeah.
But there's knowledge and ways to go about it. And one last thing I'm just going to mention is that my own opinion, I stand to be corrected. I think the kind of suru, patience that a woman needs in marriage is much more than what the man needs. I mute my mic. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Food for thought. Thank you so much, Toby. Wow. I believe strongly we all need patience. So I think even men must have it more. So I would have to rebuff that really because I think men need it more. I think women naturally are patient. I might be wrong, but looking at how God has created us, more men need more patience. I think so. Because I don't think I've heard of any man that saying, Father Lord, help me carry our baby so that my wife will not feel pain. Or what, they need patience. Somebody said, if men were to be the one having babies, some of us will not have been born. Because at the time they push once, they are never going there, man. They wouldn't want pain. So we have been graced with that, I believe strongly. Well, you never can tell. Different opinion. Thank you, Toby, for your contribution. Leslie, I'm gonna come to you. Good evening. It's not afternoon again. This one is good night, Seth. How are you? Happy Thursday. I hope you can unmute. Leslie, can you speak? Let's be sure you have to unmute.
Good evening. No, sorry, I'm in the kitchen.
Okay, I wasn't sure whether you're able to talk or not. Good evening, happy Thursday. See, the week is almost gone, but we thank God.
Yes.
I hope you're good.
Thank you to our sister Toby for what she shared. So, it's
Yes,
good. It's good. It's good.
experience.
Yeah, misunderstanding the marriage. I put a comment that jumping to conclusion is a thing that happening in marriage, and
Is it only jumping, flying, Seth?
yeah, and you know the sooner you can learn to overcome that jumping to the conclusion, the better you'll be. But it takes time because you can assume so many things, and then when you find out it's not, especially us men, that pride to say sorry will not come. that humility to apologize, the pride will just kick into gear. Like, nah, okay, I got it wrong, but
Wow.
I don't need to say anything. So it's important, there's misunderstanding happen in marriage. I think it's how we handle it and how we go about it. And the I said something about listening. You mentioned active listening, and I think if a lot more marriages, especially I will appeal to my own gender. our men, if we learn to become good listeners. Thank you, Jesus. That's why God said there's only one wife we should have. Because if you are struggling to listen to one woman, what make you think you can listen to 2, 3, 4, 5 women? So I think that should settle that debate on that basis, that if you cannot listen to one, don't bother with 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not going to work. But active listening is very, very important in marriage. The more you can learn to listen. Listening is a skill. I don't think a lot of people understand. It's a skill, even in general life, learning to listen, because listening enhances your discernment, your ability to discern people properly. Your ability to listen and to listen beyond what a person is saying
Yeah.
is an important skill.
Thank you. Let's go.
And I learned that by accident because I was
Oh,
doing
now I see you.
I was in between jobs years ago. That's a long time ago, in the early 2000s. I just finished uni maybe about a year, and I was in between jobs. So one of my friends advised me to go and do charity work. So I decided, let me go and work with elderly people. And part of my course was active listening. And I remember that course so because it was 2 weeks, and they would tell us every time, you're here to listen to them talk and share their heart. Yeah, don't your main thing is to engage by listening. That was one of the first places I heard. You mean you can engage by listening, not talking? He said, yeah, you engage by listening, and it was active listening. They did a lot of role playing. So how you would show somebody you were listening to what they were saying by letting them know how you heard what they said, repeating it back to them, and then letting them explain to you like what you said, that what they said to you
Yeah.
was correct, and then you would now let them continue. And one of the things I really am grateful for that session was that I remember one elderly client he was a elderly white man. And at first, when I went to go and visit him, he was always quiet for the first 2 sessions. He'd be like, But the third session, because I refused to talk, I was just like, I'm here to listen. I'll ask him, what does he want? Does he want tea, coffee, anything? And I'll just be listening. The third session, this man began to talk. This man began to talk about some history. And then I remember the fourth session, he now told me that, he wanted to know where I was from, ethnically speaking. I said Nigeria. As soon as I said Nigeria, oh my God, it's like the floodgate opened. I used to be an engineer in the shell. I worked in Nigeria before they discovered oil. And if we had known that oil was Nigeria, we'd never have left.
Wow.
And I'd be laughing with him. And this man opened door. Hey, in fact, he'd be telling me, come on,
You overshared
talk,
even.
say something too.
Wow.
And it was such a pleasant experience that I had. And, to the grace of God, I thank God that there's helping in my marriage as well. Although from time to time I do miss it. I'm not perfect. I'm a human being too. But it has helped me to, when we get to a point where everybody's head is calm again, you just listen. You just pay attention, and, you let them know that I'm hearing everything you're saying, even though I might be upset. But that listening is very, very important. It's a very, very important skill,
Yeah.
And I think as well, another thing I want to just say is bar DV, verbal abuse, try and learn to work it out with each other. Again, I agree with Master Toby. Get a good third party involved from time to time. It is part of your helping you, navigate issues in your marriage. It's very important. I have certain people that have mentored us in our marriage, and certain people that both of us can go to when things have been difficult. We don't go to them now as much as before in the early days. Maybe the last time maybe my wife or myself went to anybody, maybe almost 5 years ago now. But we do have those people that are there. We do have them. And it's very, very important. It helps. Not even just for misunderstanding, but even when you're dealing with your own personal difficulty or temptation, or just something you're handling, maybe a financial problem, or maybe you're trying to deal with somebody with the opposite gender. It's good to have somebody that you can talk to, that can at least correct you. And don't be somebody that you only have yes people in your life. Don't be that person. There are people that can tell you certain things, and you can learn to take correction from certain people. Don't be that person that only people that agree with you are in your circle. That's a dangerous recipe. And again, that also forms misunderstanding. Because when you have such people, you will start projecting your own personality on everything, on everyone, and think that everybody sees like you. Is very, very important. So it's the misunderstanding in marriage. The more you listen and the more you understand each other, the less misunderstanding, but also the less you jump to conclusions. You actually wait before making a full judgment or assessment.
Yeah.
You will
Yeah,
learn to just
clarity.
see things through and be patient, but it's not easy. I will finish by saying this, especially our Nigerian men. I know our Nigerian men, they know everything. They know everything. But it's very important you can learn some of these skills. If you are struggling to listen to your wife, you can actually go on certain courses or even join certain charity where they provide such training to help you. And even some of your job, you can go actively depending on what you're doing. But it's very important to learn to listen, because I've said it many times, the way certain people address their spouses, they will never try that at work. So why do it at all? Why do it at all? You will never say certain things at your workplace and then you're not saying the same thing to your spouse. It's not right. You shouldn't be able to say that at all. You should learn to have respect for your spouse, and that's part of having self-respect. So I hope that helps.
So it does help. So should misunderstandings in marriage lead to separation or divorce?
It shouldn't, because that's part of being an adult, is learning to deal with difficult things and come to a good resolution. One of the things that has challenged me a lot is I have children now, and I look and I think I look at how can I tell my children to solve problems if I cannot solve problems with their mom? Honestly, like, why am I telling them to get over themselves or fighting or any other thing, or at school when they have because like, whether we like or not, they will deal with difficult things at school. They deal with other students. So if I cannot be able to have good conflict resolution management at home and know how to resolve issues between myself and their mom, who am I to come and tell them when me, the adult, I'm behaving like a child? If not, in some cases, worse than a child, because I want to get upset with my wife. So I feel it's part of being an adult is being mature and humble enough to be able to back away, take time, and come to an effective way of resolving certain problems. One of the things I've learned very early on, and this is one thing I use with money. The more you talk about money in your marriage, the less you have to hide and cover up. And the better you are at talking about money, the better it is on most of, if not all other situations in marriage. You will get better at. But if you hide a lot and you find it difficult to communicate, then you are breeding a ground for misunderstanding. Because part of misunderstanding is not learning to communicate a lot or regularly about something that to the point where you have both got an understanding in that matter.
Yeah.
And the way you get understanding is finding out and communicating about that situation or learning about it. So the more you talk about that situation, the better you are for it. The better you are for it. The better you are for it. But the less you want to communicate, then you're building and breeding a ground for assumptions, because that's what causes a lot of misunderstanding is assumption. You're going to create a lot of assumptions. So I don't believe that misunderstanding should cause it could cause a rift, but to the point where you are separating, you want to divorce and all that stuff, I don't think so. Unless it's been poorly managed, you haven't got good counseling, or you've gone for the counseling very, very late, a lot of bitter words have been said, then it can be difficult to chat. That said, if you do divorce on the basis of misunderstanding, do not think that a second or third marriage will resolve that, because you still have to communicate through the difficulty of that situation. So I hope that helps in that situation.
Thank you so much, Leslie. Yeah, it does help. Yes. Active listening, seek counseling, talk things through, don't assume, because assumptions kills. It will kill that marriage relationship before anything else. It's always good to ask questions for clarification, because sometimes when you look back, you wonder, how did we even get to this place? you can't even think back to where all this started. But because little things were left on, what's the word now, they were left not handled properly, and then that misunderstanding start building before you know it escalates to this, escalates to that, before you know bitterness, before you know we can't reach a compromise, before you know let's go separate ways, before you know let us go divorce. Hey, let's be mindful, because a lot of times things can escalate to what we never thought it would, and then before you know it's so overwhelming that the only solution you see is just everybody, you know, finding their way, or everybody separating, let me breathe, and all of that. But at the end of the day, if you leave that relationship, at some point you want another relationship, and you still have to talk, there will be misunderstanding in that one as well, probably grievous than the former marriage or whatever it is. So if you're leaving one marriage because of something you need to work at, or you need to have worked at, and you're going into another marriage, trust me, you'll find a bigger one there. You'll find a bigger one. Yeah, things might be rosy for so long, but at some point, misunderstanding, whether it's a good marriage, a bad marriage, or an average marriage, or whatever, it will always come, no matter what. It will always come. And if it's not adequately dealt with, it can lead to the breaking of that marriage. So we need to pay attention. We need to be mindful. Like Leslie said, don't assume. Ask questions for clarity, so that misunderstandings, you know, will be dealt with before it even starts. I pray God will give us that wisdom. Thank you so much for your contribution. Elder Kenneth, I'm coming to you. Baritone, I see you. Good evening. Please help me find Debbie. Oh, as you guys are coming in, find Debbie for me. Oh, please. Good evening, Susan. Let's see who else is coming up. Susan, I know you just joined not too long, but I'm going to bring you up anyways. Please send me an invite if you have something you want to share with us. We're talking about misunderstanding in marriage. Elder Kenneth, can you speak? Is it okay, or you want me to come back to you?
Good evening.
It's not morning, no. Or is it morning where you are? Is evening where we are? Oh. Good evening, sir. Good evening. How are you, sir?
Good evening. Thank God. Another Thursday.
Thank God. Well.
Misunderstanding. There is no way in marriage that they will not go through misunderstanding. That one of the things.
But then, should it lead to to separation or divorce?
No. Instead, it will make the love more stronger and the more okay for each and every one of us, because teeth and tongue, or whatever they are fighting. So we are like that. When things like this happen, it make us to know each other more and more, and your wicked point. And that's what area now in my marriage that we say that the moment my wife starts going through some certain area, I know how to avoid it, because I know how to avoid that, because I've been with her for 19 years now. So I know when she's angry, I know when she's happy. So that is why misunderstanding is good. And that is why it's good for you to know who you are marrying and who you want to spend the rest of your life with. It's very, very important. You don't just know somebody that for a few months and you say, I just want to get married. No, it won't work that way.
Well, some people do, and it works for them.
Some people may say it might work, but to me, it's good you spend time to study this person, spend time to know what she like, what she don't like. That is the first thing, because any character you possess or you exhibit when you are in courtship, anything, that is what you're going to go through all the rest of your life. There is no way you can take a goat to America, it's still a goat. So you must know.
No, it's gonna be an Americana goat or a posh.
Yeah, but it's still a goat. There is no way you can. There is no. If you like, you dress it up, cover try to do all the makeup, do everything. It's still a goat. So try and understand these things, that misunderstanding in marriage. We as a married man and women, we always have this conflict in one way or the other. You mention the things that is causing it.
Yeah.
There are things we all know. At times it might be you spend too much, you buy too much, you give too much.
You
These are the things that the bill. How are we going to make sure we pay this bill? Those are the things that is causing this misunderstanding in marriage. So to me, it's good we face it than to say we want to divorce. It's good we go through it and we know how to resolve it.
Yeah.
That is why they call it marriage. There cannot be a marriage that we say all through is a bed of roses. Lie. Anybody that will come out,
Maybe,
man or woman that will
some
come out to
people might be
say,
witnessing
I've,
that.
I've been married, for 20 years, I've been married for 30 years. I haven't have conflict and I haven't have misunderstanding with my husband or with my wife. It's a liar. Because I know that one many years
I just
ago,
have to laugh.
that many years ago from our late Archbishop, who one elder in the church comments by then that I've been married for 20 years now. I haven't have any quarrel with my wife. The Archbishop say collect the microphone. He's a liar. Because I haven't been married by then, but I don't. But now when I get married, I now understand why the Archbishop say they
Yeah,
should
they should
collect the
collect
microphone
mic. Yeah.
from his hand.
Yeah.
Because on daily basis, even though you try, women remain women. There's a certain week I will say, oh, this week I want to try, I want to dodge anything that will cause misunderstanding. I want to cause anything that will make her to talk. But still, there will be one thing. You didn't arrange your wardrobe well. Why did you leave your neck chain there? Why did you do? I say, God of mercy. These are the things I will try to avoid. But because I understand the kind of person that I am with, I will just go to take it out of there peacefully, and then the misunderstanding will
Can
stop and
die
we
down.
started again. So if you say there is no way you want to stay a week or a month, you don't have any talk or misunderstanding with your wife, that means both of you are pretending. That means the genuine love is not there. But it will come, but you must have a way to resolve it. That's how to build the love. And when you start building this thing, and you start knowing what you like and what you don't like, yes, you try to avoid some certain area. And it's good at times when it's serious, it's good. That is why when mentor come in, somebody you know that he can listen to. Any man or woman that is say, I don't have anybody I listen to. I think you are not in existence. You on your own word.
Yeah.
Because there is a time when some misunderstanding will take place where you try to resolve it by yourself and it's not working. That is where somebody you know that you respect so much, that is where they come in to talk or to give a word of advice. That is why I encourage everybody, before you go into marriage, know somebody that your husband or your wife is
It's
listening to,
accountable
that
to
he can
you.
take word of advice for or a word of counsel for, so that when the thing tough, you can run to that person and that person might come in to save you. But what I understand for my past 18 years now in marriage, I'm saying it, there is no where I will say I will not face misunderstanding or it will not happen. It will happen, but we must try to resolve it so that we continue to live together the eternity. That is my own take. God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. Kenneth says misunderstanding should not lead to separation or divorce. That is his take. However, we hear all sorts these days. Some things that even causes separation, when you hear them, sometimes you feel like taking a cane to go and flog those couples. Meanwhile, some people are going through some issues of life. That misunderstanding is just at its peak and they're still, trying to find ways of resolving things. So we need wisdom. We need to get wisdom because it's not easy. Marriage is not easy. I will say that, but it can be easy if we have the right wisdom, the right tools to handle situations without being in denial or without being controlling. There's a whole lot that is on the wife, on the husband to do. And if we don't do these things, we cannot enjoy the essence of marriage as God intended for us to. And that's why we're here talking about these things, bringing our attention to it. Of course, you might not be going through misunderstandings right now, but doesn't mean it's not around the corner and you don't even know what's going to be the cause or the reason. However, are you equipped to handle whatever misunderstanding that comes your way, both you and your spouse? That's why I say, think of some scenario. Maybe you've not gone through it, or you've heard your friends, what if this thing happens to us? How are we going to handle it? Or how are we going to go about it? And things like that. Some worst case scenario that you don't even want to think of, but process it. How would you handle things? Are you going to misunderstand each other to the point of separation? Or you're going to try to resolve things by trying to communicate and understand, whatever is going on? Again, I'll pray God will give us wisdom. So I'm going to come to Shan. Shan, good evening. Maybe we're going to hear it from a dating perspective or a courtship perspective tonight as well. Good evening, Shan. I hope you are good. Happy Thursday to you. Welcome to Inside today.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine today.
Good, thank God. I hope you're feeling much better.
Yeah. I feel better today.
Thank God.
Tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you've heard what the other guests have said, their submissions. We're talking about misunderstanding in marriage. I know you might say, oh, I'm not married, this and that, but you have friends who are married. Perhaps they've shared one or two things with you. Should misunderstandings in marriage lead to separation or divorce? What's your take about that?
Just my general take on that. I think I would say what everybody else has said. Firstly, I think misunderstanding, not even just misunderstanding is normal and it happens and it will always happen. It happens with everybody in friendships. Sometimes you even have a misunderstanding with your parents, with your siblings, at workplaces, like everywhere, even sometimes with, friendships per se. So it's a normal part of life. But again, as Leslie and Toby, I think, also mentioned, like, how is it handled? How do you handle a misunderstanding? And what type of misunderstanding do you handle? And in this aspect, again, I would say that communication is key. You cannot understand someone if the person has not communicated to you, or you have not communicated to the person about what is going on. And again, communication comes both verbally and non-verbally. And so some people would choose to communicate only verbally to the person. And again, when it comes to, I like the point that I think it was Leslie mentioned, that listening is an art, is a skill. Yeah. And from my experience of dating, but also people I've talked to about misunderstanding in dating life in this case, there are a lot of people who are just listening to judge, especially if, for example, I did something to someone. Maybe I did something to my boyfriend, and then instead of him first listening not to judge me, or maybe to prove something, he's going to just listen to respond, not to understand, but to respond to the issue. And what he wants to hear, for example, is just you tell him exactly what happened, and he responds to it. And most times just want to respond to what you did, so listening is a very important thing in communicating or solving a misunderstanding. Unfortunately, in this generation, a lot of people do not even know how to listen. Like, for example, you're talking to someone is on a phone. I am talking to you about an important issue, a misunderstanding, you're just on a phone. Or maybe you're seated. Let me say we've been having issues and we're sitting in the living room or on the couch, and at the same time the TV is on, the phone is there, and then I'm talking to you, somebody calls, and then you pick up a phone. That is not an art of listening. Probably you're even going to forget what I mentioned, the critical point maybe on the issue, and then you forget. So communication is a very, very big thing when it comes to solving misunderstanding. But again, there's something that I also learned to experience is that a lot of people do not want to, while solving an issue, they don't want to be pinpointed, as the key factor, maybe the perpetrator in the issue. And it happens, a lot of people say it happens with men because of pride, but I've also, a lot of women also do the same thing, and nobody's really willing to step down and say that, you know what, yes, I was wrong. Let's just work this out. Let's solve it, and then we forget about this. But one person just want to pin the other and want the person to apologize. And again, solving an understanding comes with apology. For example, I know someone did me wrong, but I'm not going to only wish for that person to apologize to me. Yes, he apologizes, but I'm also going to find some, even if it's only with 0.01 contribution that I made in it, I'm also going to apologize so that it only doesn't look as if, I just want to pinpoint the person. I want to just look at the person as the only perpetrator, and yet probably I also contributed 0.01. So I think it would be like an equal, like a, I don't know how to call it, but when solving a problem, let's not look at that thing of just pinpointing just one person, even if yes, he 100% contributed to the misunderstanding, but also you contributed. Unfortunately, it's something that people don't do nowadays. And another thing about also something that I experienced in misunderstanding, involving people, involving friends, especially in dating. As women, this one 100%, as women, we want to involve our friends into our relationship matters a lot. Even just something very small that you're not even supposed to let it out, you want to involve your girl. And a lot of us take inputs or advices from our friends, and after us taking the advices, we implement them, and then if it backfires again, we go and blame the friend, but you start and listen to your friend, as if you can't make a decision on your own. So from my experience, I think in my relationships, I've never involved a friend. Even if I get to know that, how did my friend know about this? I'm going to look for who told that friend of mine and how they're poking their nose, and I tell her, you know what, yes, this and this happened, but it's not yet high time for me to bring you in. Probably you don't even know who that friend. Yes, somebody might be your friend, but you don't know what they're after. Maybe probably they envy your relationship and they want to come in and kind of twist it around so that you leave the relationship and you be like them. So involving friendships or friends or third parties in your misunderstanding is a very, very big risk. It compromises, it disrupts a lot of compromises, understanding, and just listen to each other from a point of understanding, but also forgiveness. Yeah, so I can say that misunderstanding is normal to happen every day, because even in just dating, two people of different values, characters, beliefs, norms, practices, personalities, interests coming together like as one people and trying to to navigate all those differences. Definitely at one point you're going to disagree on something, not always agreeing, and disagreement leads to a misunderstanding. So yeah, it's very normal, but I think the only key point or something that would work out when you try to solve a misunderstanding is communication. And some of the communication or arts, or maybe it's listening. I think it's even listening most, because if you don't listen, how are you going to solve something that you've not listened, you've not understood?
Not even understand.
Not to respond. So you respond from an informed and understood point of view, but also while being empathetic and considerate. You don't want to listen and just crucify and tell the person, yes, I know you did it, I've been telling you this. Like, you want to even make the first person feel worse for what they did. To put some empathy in it and compassion while listening to somebody who hurt you, who caused a misunderstanding.
Thank you, Shan. Thank you. Yes, so indeed, it's very important. It's very important to have that active listening. Is what you listen to actively that you are able to understand and then avoid any sort of misunderstanding. Even when you think you understand whatever it is that's been said, still relay back what you understand such that you're on the same page to avoiding this misunderstanding we're talking about. I'm gonna come to you, Susan. I hope you can talk now. A13, good evening to you. I hope you are good. Thanks for joining. I can see your handiwork there. In fact, his name is just coming up on the screen. I can see. Hello, Susan. Hello, hello.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Sorry,
Good evening.
I had to leave the sitting room because the noise there.
It is well. I hope you're good. Happy Thursday
Yes,
to you.
same to you all. I just came in not long ago from
Okay.
work.
But at least you've heard one or two submissions.
I had Sean a bit, Leslie, Elder
Okay.
Kenneth a bit.
Okay. So yeah, we're talking about misunderstanding in marriage, and me, I've given my talk already. I'll be making them short now because some of us, I think we target the time will come in, and then we're wondering, okay, what's the topic? What are we talking about? But then it's always good because the question would, I mean, even if you haven't heard what I have said, the
Yeah,
question is such that when you hear it, I mean, you can share your own views about it. So the question today is just one. Should misunderstandings in marriage lead to separation or divorce? So, having heard that, what is your take about it generally?
no, it shouldn't. It to me is immaturity. I just hit the nail. That's immaturity.
Oh, wow, that's what you think. Wow.
Yeah, why should they lead to divorce? It depends on the level of misunderstanding as well. But then just misunderstanding. You now go for divorce. It's you should know your person. Even though it's a relationship or something, I know for the fact that this person is your friend, you should know the person. And there are some kind of friends we have. Let me deal with friendship before we go into
Oh,
marriage.
Barito, some may and some should. Oh, wow.
Well,
I hope it's that question you're answering, so I don't misunderstand you. In fact, we're talking about
yeah, that's why I
misunderstanding.
said it's to me, it depends on the level of misunderstanding.
Yeah.
You can't just say, oh, because and constantly repeated pattern well, that's why I said it depends on the level,
Of
because we cannot
misunderstanding.
just say because we misunderstood ourselves,
Yay,
then
definitely.
is leading to divorce or
Separation.
separation and all that. Come on, that's too
Good
harsh.
evening, Debbie.
I feel that's too harsh.
Mm,
There should be something else that would have led to the misunderstanding, except there's something that you people have kept under the carpet and you've not sorted it out yet. And then one trigger, the whole building falls down.
yeah.
That's the
Okay.
thing, but just misunderstanding. But then it will make you think outside the box. I tell you, 1 month after my marriage, after the wedding, 1 month, we had a big issue that wasn't an issue. In my head, I was like, now so the journey be. We've not even started, and I
And
was
and
so
we're here
I was
already.
I was fuming. Hey, we took my son for football. We were not talking to ourselves. Everybody just did their day. And in fact, people outside saw it. In my head, I'm like, this is so immature. Why? What is? I started thinking, what really led to this?
Yeah. How did we get here?
Yeah, but it made me. I thought, there's a way you would think. You ask yourself, did I sign up for this? Did I really? This is just less than a month, and we're having this kind of heavy. In my head, I'm like, you know what? To hell. I beg, my, I was close to that point. But after a while, I sat down and said, It never reach like that now. It's not that deep. It's something that we can sort out. And after a while, we sorted it out. But then I it made me, I said, you have to know the person that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
So if you don't know who you're dealing with and a certain pattern, even if the pattern continues, there's a way you have to break that pattern. You need to put a stop to that pattern and say, come, this is this. I don't like the way you reason when it comes to this. I don't like the way this is happening. Can you talk? If you don't talk, you keep heaping up misunderstanding, and you now ask yourself, what is all this? What is this, one marriage or friendship? What's all? And there's some friends we have as well. There's a way you relate to them. You don't, even if you don't talk to them every day, you know that one little misunderstanding, you know how to shut yourselves out.
Yeah.
But then there are some that you don't even want to step on their shoe because of the way they reason. So instead, you just avoid them and just let it go. Because some people, like Shan said, some people just listen to respond. They are not even listening to know
Understand.
the depth of what you are saying. No. Yet they will read meaning to every dotted exclamation marks and everything. They will read meaning to it. So such sensitive people, you don't use sensitive words on them, because if you use it, it's either it breaks you guys or it make you. And some people, when they are talking, they don't even think. They just say it the way it is. They don't care how you feel. So that's why I said misunderstanding. It has category, has levels. There's some friends that will do some things to you. You'll be like, I remember my mom sometimes when her younger brother did anything wrong to her, she'll be like, if to say you not be my brother, for don't kill you.
I can imagine.
So you can imagine that kind of hurt for her to even use to say that if you were not my brother, I would have just killed you. I would have wasted your life. And he'll be like, sis, no vex, sorry. And they will settle. But then some people, you see that word sorry is so hard.
Their vocabulary.
It's so hard to come out. Probably the way they were being trained.
Yeah.
Because everything boils down to foundation. If you see Peking where they train well, you the way they do things, you will say, they took time to train you. You see that word, I'm sorry, so it don't do. No, just let it go. Just that word alone, sometimes it softens, like the Bible say that soft word softens
Yeah.
the heart, and then if you just talk anyhow, it's problem. So if we don't mind what we say or sieve what we say, we'll end up having misunderstanding with people for no reason.
Very true.
And you'll now carry that baggage, come back home and start quarreling again. And most of us, we tend to do transferred aggression. You've quarreled from outside, you come inside, then one small thing, you will just flare up as if that was the genesis of your anger. Meanwhile, something else had started that anger. So to me, I feel misunderstanding should not lead to marriage, except there are things that were hidden under the carpet that was not voiced. Even in a day-to-day relationship, sometimes when you talk to somebody on phone and you see the way that they are going, you are going left, they are going right. Yes, you say, I think I have another call, I will call you back.
Oh, is that what you do?
Sometimes I do it because I have one of these friends.
Oh wow, okay now.
This my friend, she's way older than me, and then because she's one of my oldest friends, she feels that I should be calling her every day. And me, I don't have that strength. I've not finished calling myself. To be calling you every day. If anything is going on, I will call you. The day I missed her birthday, hey, she
Heavens
called.
nearly landed on earth.
Oh my God. There was no excuse I did
Oh,
not use
goodness.
that day. It did not work.
Israel, I see you.
So, such people now, what would you do? This is so you need to understand your person. If you don't understand, like if she calls me now, as once I speak, I hear the beginning, okay. How is work? How is this? Okay. If I know where she's going, I'll say, please, I'm at work. I will just reduce my voice. Sorry, I'm at work. I will call you back. Because I don't have strength to quarrel. Hey, you did not call me for this. You did not do that.
On that part, I see you.
So even if I'm doing a program and I add her into the group, I still need to call her personally. Because she will tell me, am I those your new friends that you are just that kind of entitlement friendship mentality that I have to be all submissive. Hey, all those your friends, I've told them, I've known you before them. I say it's not competition now. Calm down. Such people, you just understand them, and when they are talking, sometimes when she finish talking, I'll just say, I'm sorry. She'll start laughing. I say, I see all this, your maja, your dry maja. Finish. I say, I'm sorry, don't worry. Where are you? Don't worry, I'll come and meet you there, Jerry. And I'll make sure I go and see her there. Otherwise, the quarrel will continue. So imagine that's how your spouse behaves. Would you now say, because of that pattern, you should understand the pattern and behavior. It's either you fit in if the pattern is healthy enough. If it's not healthy, then you sit down and talk about it. You talk about it, because if you don't talk about it, you people you keep misunderstanding yourselves for no reason. Most people that do divorce, when you ask them what's the reason, they love themselves. It's not love. It's not love that made them. You see them crying self, they'll be like, I love him. I love him. But that one thing, that thing, it's just that one thing that would have sorted out their communication. But we did not do that. We keep sweeping it under the carpet
I see you,
until
Kolo.
the carpet became a heap of thing, and then you cannot walk on it. Then you that's when you want to start clearing it up, and then it will be too late.
Yeah.
So it's just that we tend to keep things for too long, or we tend to swallow some stupid patterns. It's unhealthy. We both went to
Good
work,
evening. How are you?
husband and wife, we went to work, we came back, the man will now sit down, be expecting the wife to make food. You tell me it's Nigerian African man pattern. You went to work, and I went to work. Shebi, so let's do things together. But the thing, if you don't start it now, when you complain about it 10 years later, he will not tell you, but you've been doing this before. Why are you complaining? So there are some patterns that at the end of the day, we are the ones that caused it. So when you say pattern and behavior, we should look deeply, critically into that pattern and behavior. To be frank, you are the one that caused it, because the things you cannot tolerate, you did not talk about it from beginning. You just kept quiet and said, let me can leave her. I can do it. And then later it will not become a burden, and it will not become an issue. Then people will be complaining, but we've had this before now. We've done this thing, nobody complain. Why is it a problem now?
No.
So that is where the misunderstanding starts creeping up. You start coming up, and one day you just get fed up and say, you don't want to change. You don't want to change. This thing has been there since, so it did not start today. There's one of my friends, anytime the husband call me, I say, hey, voila. And when he's talking, he will not even want you to talk. He will talk, ta, 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 ta. By the time he finish, I say, so what do you want us to do? When he's shouting, shout, 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 I won't even say anything. When he finishes, I say, wow, well done. So what do you want us to do?
That's
With
true.
a very calm, is that all you can say? I said, No, now I just they ask, which so how do you want? Okay, just like my husband's 50th, he called. If my wife leave the house, it has finished. One. Started sounding like siren. I just asked him one question. Do you want her to come for the birthday or not? He didn't answer me. I'm going to call her father. I will call her father. That I said, do you want to return the you want us to return the bride price? Or what are you calling the father for? So me, I already understand. I know who he is. So when he's vibrating like that, I don't even move. If it's before, I'll be shouting back. But now, when he talks, I'll allow him to finish, and then with a calm, even me, I surprised where that calm voice comes from. I'll be like, okay, so what do you want us to do? Or what do you think we should do about this situation? And then he will now keep quiet. Now make they call you because I know say you get sense. You get sense. I says, okay, now with my sense and your sense, may we join them together. What do you want make we do? So you see all these things. Me, I've known him, and I've been telling the wife, I said, this is how he is. So it's either you put up with it or you go. Don't come 20 years later and be complaining. You know him. Even when she calls and complains, I say, but you know, that's how he is now. It's not new. All right, so I think I've spoken. Let's give Elder Debbie and the rest to finish up. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Thank you, Susan, for your submission. So, we're supposed to be slow to speak, quick to listen, and response should be gentle as possible with empathy. Because sometimes, how do we even wonder that, especially, where our spouse is concerned, they are saying something, they're pouring their heart out, and we just dismiss that. Life was okay, and now there's a problem. Thank you for the heart, me. And Foluka, it's good to have you here. You're welcome. It's your
Yeah,
first time
thank
here,
you.
so welcome.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
We should have some sort of empathy that this thing this person is saying, though you might not be feeling it, they're feeling it and it's coming from somewhere. And because they're your spouse, you're obligated really to listen. Even if you don't understand, the more reason you should try to understand, because they're pouring out something or they're saying something and you're dismissive all the time or most of the time. A time will come that they would not say anything. You just find out that they shut down, and then you'll come and say, what's the matter? You've been avoiding me, you've been da. But then it's your action or reaction to them that has caused that. Sometimes it's not something they plan to do. You just find out that, by way of coping, their coping mechanism, that's what is come out. They don't want to talk to you anymore because they feel unheard or they feel you're not listening. And then instead of misunderstanding, because you're not even trying to understand and you don't want that misunderstanding to escalate to whatever, they will just shut down altogether. And that's why we need to be intentional where our spouses are. A lot of misunderstandings really are needless, but you find yourself or we find ourselves in there. Where do we go from here? That's what we're saying. So should misunderstanding in marriage lead to separation or divorce? Should it really? Because I know of quite a number that this misunderstanding on another level has brought about separation. And then the separation, everybody is hopeful, they will come back before you know. In fact, they didn't even tell anybody. Like years later, we just heard that, do you know that these people are actually divorced? I'm like, no, it can't be, no. Are you telling me? And it's not something recent. It's been three what? That everybody is hoping that this separation, they will come back. And imagine, in fact, they've even gone to remarry. I'm like, is that how it is? Hey, I say, is there hope for some of us? But we thank God, like I said, we need wisdom. We need wisdom. It's not, there are levels of misunderstandings, don't get me wrong. There's some that you can easily tackle together. Some may be like, take a month or thereabout. Some even could last for years. It depends on how this couple are handling things. And that's why I always say, do not be ashamed to get counseling. It's very important because sometimes you get so overwhelmed, both of you, you get so overwhelmed, you need help. do not be ashamed to seek for help. Don't say, oh, my culture, well, we should not be heard of. We went to counseling, say, won't happen. No, please, culture would leave. Oh, you better mind your marriage and do the needful. God helping us. So thank you so much. I'm gonna come to relationship. Yeah, I think so because this thing has scattered. Relationship clinic. Good evening. I think you're next. I'll try and remember the order really. How are you? Happy Thursday to you, and you're welcome to Insight. I hope
Thank
you're
you. Good
good.
evening, everyone.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. Oh,
You have
okay.
heard. You have heard so much already. Your ears are full.
Yes. And sometimes I wonder, sometimes the topics you come up with, sometimes they relate with me in one way or the other.
Hey.
Because I can remember the last topic was about purpose. One way or the other, it reminded me of something I need to do. Like so many times you come on this life, one thing or the other, your topic sometimes relates to my life. And now I came misunderstanding in marriage. I was telling my husband because we just quarreled
Wow.
recently.
Okay,
Recently, we
thank God.
just had a big quarrel that since I'm married, I've not experienced that kind of misunderstanding with my spouse before. And we just settled it today.
Oh,
And
thank
I
God.
was like, oh my, is this how marriage is? Is
Welcome
this
to
how
the
marriage
marriage
is?
world. Yes, yes.
Because when you marry, you just feel, it will be all rosy. This man is so kind, this
Oh,
is
we'll be
that.
love,
He's so
loving, talking.
lovely. Oh, say,
Oh, I
that's
can
my
hear the
son at the
baby.
background singing and dancing.
Thank God for joy.
So sometimes when you now experience misunderstanding, you are saying this and your partner is not looking at like he's having a different opinion. You just feel so bad. And I don't even know how people quarrel in marriage because me, if I'm having misunderstanding with my husband, I'll be feeling headache. I'll be sick. Sef.
Well, don't
I'll be
worry.
sick.
You will grow thick skin very soon. Don't worry. You're
I
on the
remember
right track.
yesterday we had a little misunderstanding. I went somewhere and throughout my stay in that place, I was not comfortable. I was feeling headache. My eyes were turning me. I was just like, is this how cold I used to be?
You're making me.
So,
Sorry. Can I ask you how many years have you guys been married?
2 years. This year will make it 3 years.
Oh, oh, bless. Oh, well done. Congratulations.
Thank
Don't
you.
worry. Gradually, gradually. This is the right place for you.
Abi,
Yeah. Don't worry. You'll be fine.
yes, yes. There's
Wow.
one person that was talking. He should be. I don't think he's still on this call. I don't know if it's Kenneth, but he said something about having somebody you talk to about your spouse. I don't know if it's Kenneth that said it, but the person is on this call. It
I
was a
think
guest here.
Kenneth and Leslie or so. Yeah, they said it.
Okay. He said having somebody that you always talk to, that if your husband is doing one kind, go and report him to that person. Well, the thing is, I assuming we have such person in my marriage because before we married, I was able to ask my husband, who do you listen to? Who do you listen to that whenever we are
He
having
will not
difficulty, I
even
can go
tell
and
you so
talk.
that you don't go and report him.
He told me one of his church member, and I just feel since that time I'm never able to communicate to that person that he introduced, that he told me about. There was not a proper introduction. I have his number. There was the day I seriously needed to talk to somebody. I was calling the man's number non-stop. He did not pick my call. So no communication. I just felt, oh, this is not the right person to talk to. And still yet, I'm still looking for that person I should be talking to because sometimes I just feel like this man is not listening to me. Somebody just need to talk to him.
I get you. Yeah.
So, and the kind of church we attend, because my husband attends Catholic church, we attend Catholic church. So, it's not really easy to have that friendship and relationship with those priests. Assuming it's those Pentecostal churches now, I can
I
easily go
hope
and tell
somebody is
Papa there,
hearing.
Papa, see what my husband is doing.
Yeah,
I
well.
think it's very important. So those who are single, you should have somebody that you can report your spouse to. It's very important. So that whenever they are doing something that I'll be talking, and it's not working, just go and tell that person that see what my husband is doing, see what my wife is doing, though. Let me talk to her, let me talk to him, and all that. Because sometimes when we say let's settle by ourselves, don't want third party. Sometimes the quarrel will linger for long because nobody wants to say sorry. Although me, I'm very good with saying sorry. I'm this person that before we even start quarreling, I've already said I'm sorry. And most times it ends things. But this last quarrel we just had, I told myself that, no, you're not going to say sorry. You're going to listen, even if it takes 1 week for this woman to tell you sorry. You should
Wow.
come and
And
tell you
yet you were
sorry.
having headache.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
And
okay.
I was not having headache.
You
I
don't have
waited. I was
liver.
like,
You don't have
I know I'm
liver.
wrong. It's a quarrel. He's wrong and I'm wrong. We are both wrong. But this time around, I'm not going to apologize. I will just wait and see how it goes. And that's why I waited. This took this man like 24 hours before he came to say, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Before, and I
wow.
said, this is the word they just told me that you are sorry few hours ago, and this whole thing will be settled and all that.
Wow.
So, my marriage, it's not for the weak. That is it. You must be willing to.
It's not for lily
You
livered
must
people. Mm-mm.
definitely yes. We are just starting at now, and I just feel if your number one, your spouse should be understandable and teachable. Should be willing to still learn new things so that whenever
Should
circumstance
be,
comes, they
doesn't
will
mean
still be
they
able to
are or they
adjust.
will be. Yeah.
Okay, that's it. Okay, I heard the conversation was going towards can misunderstand the cause divorce and separation. Yes,
Should
it
it,
can
should
cause divorce and
misunderstanding, should
separation.
it lead to separation or
Okay,
divorce?
okay, okay. In some cases, so it should be for the betterment of both parties. In some cases, like now, what a bargaining is saying now. What if your husband is Alpha and Omega? In that situation, will you not be there? I don't know. Of recent, I've treated this issue. Somebody very close to me, very close to me. This issue of in fact, currently they are separated now, and with no hurt way. Nobody is even saying anything. Okay, what's the complaint? The man always wants to, like, the man is so authoritative, so controlling and all that. That's the complaint that she gave me. And
Faith giving
like
you.
nobody can advise the man. She has even gone to the man's parents, they have advised him, but still when they get home, the man still
Answer.
exhibits those same character. You be like, if you like report me to this and that, those one cannot change my character. It's only me. I'm the one that will decide if I want to change or not. So in that situation, what will you advise the person to do? The person be there and be suffering. So when she said she wanted to separate for some time, I said, okay, if at least that one will give you peace of mind, because you cannot just be in a marriage and you are suffering, because this girl is actually a young girl, less than 25 years old, already having emotional breakdown. Sometimes she'll be crying because of her spouse. There's no love, so much hatred and bitterness carried along.
What
Even
happened? How did
when this
they meet
person,
each other?
they just met themselves online. They did not date themselves. They just went for like a month and be 2 months before you know they started planning marriage. They did not date. Some domination. They'll be like, you don't need to be dating. You have to just, as far you know it's God's sweet for you, just go ahead and get married. No
Oh,
courtship.
wow.
All these things are the things that causes things like this. They did not date. The girl does not know this boy very well. They don't know themselves very well. They just started dating and
Oh,
pretense. I want to marry you and all that. So much pressure during the marriage, and eventually they got married. But now they are it's already saying that she can't stay in the marriage already, and they already have 2 kids. And I'm just like, this in such situation, will the girl now stay and start receiving all the, because the way sometimes she calls me and cries to me, I feel her pain personally. I feel her pain. I know me and my husband quarrel at times, but it's not just to that extent that I will not have peace of mind. At least the good part should be more than the bad parts in the marriage. So that is the case. So if
you
the
don't really
misunderstanding
need to.
is not sometimes if it leads to abuse is not even about beating somebody or fighting them or slapping them. Abuse, we have emotional abuse. Some men, even some women, they abuse their spouse emotionally. This person does not have peace of mind. They are so controlling. Whatever she does, you want to punish her for it. If you do something like this, the next day you now say, because of what you did yesterday, I will not give you money for this. So those kind of attitude. In fact, I will even say some men don't deserve to get married, and some women don't deserve to get married. But just remain single in your house instead of go and be putting somebody else's daughter into emotional trauma
Yeah.
and all that. So in such situation, it's advisable that they separate for some time and see if the other person will change, and be praying for the person from afar. That is it. Like this lady that died, this gospel singer,
Definitely.
Osinachi, she
Yeah.
was going through abuse in her marriage, but what do people say made her to stay in that marriage. And when she was done,
Follow me
and when
one.
she could even get the opportunity to talk,
Mhm.
it was after, in fact, she was not even given opportunity to talk. It was her corpse that actually started talking for her, because she already dropped down dead. So that is it. If you see that the marriage is no longer working, you must not kill yourself there. There's a saying that says the covenant of life is greater than the covenant of marriage. You have to be alive first before you can marry. So that is the thing. You have to be alive first
Thank
before you
you,
can marry.
Lily. Thank
So
you.
that is my point
Okay.
on this matter. It can lead to separation if not well handled, and if it actually leads to abuse
Yeah.
and all that. So that is my point on this.
All right. Thank you, Relationship Clinic. It's amazing that your name is Relationship Clinic. So you're building that clinic already, because you have to be ready for the clients or the patients that will come into that clinic. You're still young and you're building. I pray for grace for you, because you have an assignment on your hand as well. So wisdom, you need wisdom and you need the grace. I always say marriage is not for newlywed people. Oh, thank you so much for the gift. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's hard work. Marriage is hard work, and that's why we always say, once you've dated enough, you're trying to get serious, there's certain things you need to engage in. Premarital counseling, for one. Some things will never readily come to your mind to talk about or think about or even plan about. But when you go for, well, it depends where you're going for the premarital counseling as well, they will prepare you for so many things. They'll talk about finances, emotional stuff, vulnerability, family, health, so many aspects of that they will talk about, that you may not necessarily, because all you're thinking is, oh, he loves me, I love her, and all of that. He loves me, she loves me not. Those ways you remove petal and be saying what. It's not all about that. There's so much more to it than, just the surface level. There are things that you just have to talk about. And then a lot of people, because maybe pressure from family, society, or wherever, they ignore so many red flags. Somebody has started showing this controlling nature, and because he's the only person that's turned their mouth to say I love you, or what will my people say if I say I don't want to marry this one? Because of pressure, you'll be like, we will change when we get married. And it's not gonna happen that way. Most times it doesn't happen. You have a question, please feel free, fire away. We need to be mindful. Don't ignore red flags when you're courting, when you're dating. Yes, relationship cleaning. Before I go to the next person, let's hear your question. Chiro, I see you.
Okay, I think I have two questions now. First one would be, like, personally, I want to, me and my husband actually, we're looking for maybe elderly couples to look up to, something like that, that is not family member. So I'm just trying to see, how do we get such people that will be our mentors? Although we already have some mentors, but sometimes it's not really easy to get through those persons, because our counselor that counseled us during our marriage, our premarital class, she told us that, okay, we can always reach out to her, or that sometimes when we reach out to her, she's not always available. So I just feel, I don't know. Sometimes you just need somebody to talk to, and because sometimes, like, my head will just be so hot. For me to talk to, that will just calm me down, or tell me the best way to go about it. And I don't want to be involving family members. So I don't know if anybody can actually advise us on how to get such people around us, how to maybe mingle with such people. And
Okay.
that's the first question I have.
Okay,
The
let's
second
start with the
question
one,
I
one,
have is
one after
about,
the other, so we don't
okay,
forget
okay,
it.
okay, no
So you
problem.
have to repeat it. So the thing now is, you're on Insight, for crying out loud. Relationship Clinic. I maybe whilst you're here, there's a way you can go and check out my bio first off. Not that I'm here to, well, promote myself, but this is what I've been called to do, and this is what I do. And I've had to talk with husbands, wives, individually. Have I, through Insight, spoken to a couple? Not really. I think it's more of maybe a husband reaching out or a wife reaching out as such on behalf of.
Host.
Yes.
Can I
Somebody
help you
there.
there? A relationship clinic. The host is a registered counselor,
Okay.
so you can reach out to her, and you know how it's done. Check out her bio. She's
Yeah,
got
it's
a
on
clinic,
there.
and she sees people both in person and virtually. So I think
Thank
she
you,
would be a
Baritone,
very
for
good
that.
go-to. Yeah.
But I'm not going to give you any commission. Thank you for the advert. Yeah. Because, yeah, I get it. You want someone that is not too close because of privacy and all of that confidentiality, which I get. So, yeah, check out my bio. Let me not speak too much regarding that and try. And if you're not happy, I mean, there's so many counselors you can reach out to as well. And are you in the UK relationship clinic? Relationship clinic, are you in the UK? Okay.
I'm in Nigeria.
Oh, you're in Nigeria. Okay. Yeah, well, I know counseling is still taking grounds in Nigeria, but there may be some charity organizations. In case you don't want anyone to know, you do your research, really. That's if you're not okay with my side of the thing, and or you can DM me privately. Let's talk some more about that, because there's so many ways you can go about things, especially I understand for confidentiality's sake and privacy and all of that. So you can reach out. So what's your second question? Let's hear your second question.
I want to just know. Okay, so about this, my friend, I want to just know because sometimes she comes to me and asks me the way forward, and sincerely, I don't know the way
Who?
forward because she have actually tried reaching out to.
Oh, your
Is this
friend.
my friend? I shared a story about
Yeah,
how
yeah, yeah,
her
yeah.
husband is so controlling and all that. So currently they are separated. She left around December. That's before Christmas. That's when she left. And up to now, they are not back together yet because her dad was saying that her husband should come to their house and they should discuss it if she really wants to survive. But he said he's not going, and even his parents don't even want him to go. So
Oh,
sometimes when
wow.
they call themselves, they're not even settling the matter. The matter keeps getting worse because nobody is like he's not even seeing what he has done as fault. Everybody just looking at like her like she's lying. Like so, I don't even know what advice because sometimes she actually comes to me and asks me what's next. But sincerely,
Yeah.
I don't even know what advice to give her myself.
Okay, well, you can always introduce her to Insight or to me as well. Exactly, Debbie. You would have to ask your friend, what does she want? She's tasted it, because this thing we're talking about is a lifetime commitment. And nobody can change anybody except whoever decides to change or God touches their heart to change. This thing you have talked about is very toxic, is a chronic thing. And you say there are children. I bet those children are very young as well. So all of these things you need to consider. And now that the family are even involved, if both parents cannot help them resolve this thing, I don't know how far they will go in that marriage, even if they decide to come back together. Is one thing identifying you have a problem. See, the solution is not going to be too far away. But if you're saying you don't have a problem, this person must just obey, control, and all of that, you're manipulating her. If she have any sort of mental breakdown, obviously he's not going to care for her. So she really needs to sit down and reflect about her life, her marriage, and what she's tested or what she's experienced. Is she ready to go through that for the rest of her life? I know we all say God hates divorce and this and that, but look, there's no marriage in heaven. All these things we're talking about It's a design from God, and He has given us the map, the roadmap. Most times we don't follow it, and that's why things are like this. So if a parent are supporting their son to treating another somebody's daughter that way, I mean, the guy will not see a reason to change. He feels they're backing him up, so whatever he's doing is right. So she needs a lot of decision to make for herself, and not minding that you have children. God will look after her, look after these children, whatever she decides to do. So going back, because they're separated, are they individually getting help? What kind of help are they getting? And then what is the solution to repairing whatever is gone wrong? Because that's what she's told you. I bet there's some other bit she probably doesn't know how to even say to you, or let alone to somebody else. So there's a whole lot of questions from her she needs to answer, because this is her life as well. As we make our bed, so we will lie in it. So that is what I'm going to say to you regarding that. She has a lot of decisions to make, and the fact that the parents are now involved, I mean, who better? I mean, they gave birth to her. I bet they don't want in their lifetime to see their daughter becoming something that they did not, bring her up to be. So she has a lot of reflections to do and a lot of decisions to make. It's not a do or die. That's not how God designed it. But if it's turning out to be that, then I mean, we really need to consider so many things. So we'll leave that there. I don't know if anybody has one or two, to say to that. Please feel free. We're here for one another, please.
Well,
I
I feel
want to
in
say,
addition,
oh,
sorry,
sorry.
in addition, she can also get data and join us next Thursday. Yeah, she can just come then, because if you ask her questions, there are questions you cannot answer.
On our
She
behalf, yeah.
has to answer her questions herself. Give us the answer, or she can speak to you, the host, directly, and then we know where to tackle it from, because a lot of marriages or our sisters are really suffering in marriages, especially in Nigeria. They think marriage is an achievement, so it's a do or die thing. You need to think about your life as well. If as long as there's the domestic violence involved, I don't support that. If there's no domestic violence, there are a lot of things going through her mind. She can come and air it, and then she will get help. You cannot get help for her, no matter how much you try. She's the one that is wearing the shoe, like Elder Debbie says. She knows where it's hurting her. She can, tell us or relate to somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah. In the multitude of counsel, there is safety.
I was just going to say, because when she asked that question, I was just going to say, first, initially, they need to know the purpose of the separation in the first place.
Yeah.
Easy for us to cool off independently and come back together. Easy for us to learn, or at times we disagree to later agree. Being it a young marriage, a lot of things are, both of them may be still be young, immature about life and all of that.
Yeah.
So what is the purpose of the separation to start with? There has to be, okay, did you just move out of the house without any conversation, or you just say
How
I'm
did that
leaving,
come
just
about?
rather, yeah. But because if there was like a proper conversation, I'm moving out now, let us cool ourselves down, let us understand ourselves independently, then probably we walk towards each other again. But
Yeah.
if there was no purpose for that separation in the first place, nothing will be done. It will just be as if, oh, coming back is just like coming back to what you left. But if there
If
was a
not
purpose,
worse.
exactly. So if there was a purpose for that separation, everybody will know the terms and the condition. Okay, let's learn each other. What am I doing that is pissing you off? What are you doing that's pissing me off? Then we work with each other if
Yeah.
that is the purpose. You understand? And also, like, a man that doesn't want to be kept can never be kept, no matter whatever you do. If a man doesn't know that what I'm doing is hurting my wife, and at the end of the day I'm gonna lose her, he's gonna keep doing it because he doesn't care about
Yeah. That's
whatever he's doing to the woman. So you have to know that for start. Does this man does really know what he's doing to me? And it's not even about finding someone to talk to him. A man that is misbehaving knows what he's doing. A man that doesn't want his home, especially a man, like a woman can be immature, but a man that knows that this thing is breaking my home, this woman that I loved and cherished, this behavior I'm doing is sending her away from me. I need to do something about it. Then that is a man that is ready to work with. But a man that is not bringing his head down, his head is somewhere in the cloud with his ego and everything. I don't think even if they preach to him, even if they preach to him, the ego is still there. Especially if he's the one providing financially for the home, and for whatever reason, the woman is depending on him for financial support. Oh my God, you will show the woman pepper. So is it like that? Like Auntie Susan said, is a lot of things, but she needs to come and knows what she wants. The purpose of the separation to start with. Then the kind of man the man is. If it's someone that wants to work things out, then you can work things out. But if it's someone that doesn't care, now you know some men, they'll be like, if you go, another one will come. I don't care. You know that kind of men. It's difficult to amend things with them. It's that kind of person. So God help us. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Felipe.
Sorry, can I just say that there are always two sides to a coin.
Oh, definitely.
There's no way you can never say, based on a singular account that you hear that this is exactly what's happening, except you hear the full story. So let's not judge. Let's just be a bit careful.
Doesn't matter.
Except I can speak to a counselor and and everything is laid bare. You can't really say exactly.
Together, really together.
Yeah. I mean, in my language, it's like with me by the audience that so you have to listen to both sides to have a full grounded story of what's going on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but now first bring case come police station and police go support. So
no.
I don't know if I'm saying that. That's just by the way. But the thing is, she came for help, and that's
Debbie,
on our own
God bless
regard.
you. Debbie,
On our
God bless
regard.
you. I like the kind of rebel
Yeah.
you are. You are telling the truth, though, because they're not true, but we're not even looking at that. So
Yeah, but
it's
that's
always
what I'm
good to
saying.
look
That
at the
she's
full
the one
story.
that,
Yeah.
from our own story, from our own regard, that is the approach we have to go first to see, because she's the one. The husband is not here. We are not hearing the husband's story, but based on what we've been told, we're just saying what is the purpose of the separation and which kind of person did you marry. Then if it's someone that I really cherish, some people really cherish their home. They wouldn't even mind apologizing if that's what it costs for them not to lose their home. But some people don't mind. Like for her now, talking, our friend is talking on her behalf, but you can see the intonation that she really wants the marriage. But the other party might not be on the same page with her. So that's what I'm saying. So they need help, of course, because the man, so God help us anyway. Yeah.
Amen. And they need that help together and individually, because sometimes even when couples agree to go for couples therapy, a time might come where you might have to separate them just to help them further. So just like Baritone said, we've only heard through our sister one side of the story. I remembered one time, sometime last year, I had this male client, and he went on and on about the wife, this, that. And at the end of the day, I'm like, if I asked one question, he would respond based on his own understanding of the wife. And I always say, I bet if she were to be here, she may not say that. So I wouldn't know. But because he is in therapy, I will have to address whatever he brings on. So sometimes these things, until you hear from the other party, you don't have a full picture. You're only just doing one side therapy. So because we're talking about husband and wife, and in this particular case, I would suggest they see both together, see a counselor, not individually. Maybe at some point that might happen, because you don't want to be hearing this one said, that one said, or didn't say. No, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of space. They coming together, because a whole lot of misunderstanding probably might be the reason why, this separation has come to be. And sometimes, I think I mentioned that, some expectations, how even if they courted for 3 months and they eventually got married, there's certain things that I bet they didn't talk about. There's certain aspect of marriage their parents didn't even tell them anything about, and now entering into, even the ones that have gone for premarital counseling, the very first month they're having issues. How much more the ones that haven't done that, you know? So there's a whole lot of things there that we cannot just be giving advice based on assumption, because I'll say it's assumption in a way, is what you have told us we know. If your friend were to be here, in fact, maybe she would even say it in a different way. Now imagine your husband too here. He too will have his own story to tell. So it's best they go together to counseling. And this one that they're separated, based on what you have said, the parents are not allowing the guy to come or whatever it is. There's a whole lot going on there. And I think the whole marriage itself needs to be reevaluated, honestly. I know there are children involved already, but life matters most. So we'll leave it at that. You can reach me, like I said, privately, and then we can talk some more about this. Yeah, because I have people too in Nigeria to talk to and all of that. So it is well. It is well. I hope that has helped in one way or another. So thank you so much for your contributions, your questions as well, Relationship Clinic. So Debbie, I'm going to come to you. Good evening. At least you've not been thrown out, not that I'm aware of. Let's hear your views, because I see you've been tapping or typing away there in the chat. Let's hear you. The topic today is misunderstanding in marriage. And the question is, should misunderstandings in marriage lead to separation or divorce? At least we've heard now, misunderstanding, I'm sure, has led to separation. But what are they doing as they are separated so that they can come back and resolve whatever it is? So let's hear from you, Debbie. What is your take about this? Should misunderstanding in marriage lead to separation or divorce?
Me?
You.
Oh wow. I didn't know. Sorry. Wow. sorry.
It's okay.
I
You're here.
was
After
I
you
was
have eaten. You have eaten, Debbie.
Are you there?
I am here.
How did you know I've eaten?
Because I'm connected with you. You are my sister.
Oh
You are my
wow.
person.
Oh wow.
Tell me you have not eaten. Make we scatter the floor.
Okay.
She's fasting.
Yeah.
She's doing 21 days fasting. Please.
And you don't
Don't mind
break.
that Lady Susan. She don't know. She's
She
not in
doesn't
spirit.
know. She's
I
She's
hear
not in
fasting
you.
spirit.
at all.
Why is she not confirming or denying self?
I've not eaten.
Don't worry.
I've only drank
God,
water.
God is looking at you right now, you know.
This is not God that asked me question. When I'm not
Pray for the heart to
we
me.
are not Adam and God.
Okay, I know you talk. At least your voice is open. That's all I wanted to hear. So yeah.
Okay, what was the question? Good evening, everybody. Happy Elders meeting. Today is Elders Day. We children should be staying at the back and be
Who
learning.
declared that? Oh,
What was the question?
so the question is: should misunderstandings in marriage lead to separation or divorce? What say you?
Mr. Leslie, did you pray for me today?
He always prays, you know that. So don't
That's
hassle
a
him. He'll
good.
probably still pray himself.
My goodness.
He said, Father Lord, we're going on inside. Father, I pray for Debbie. She'll be nice. She'll be kind. She will speak soft words.
Don't worry. We have faith that you will do the right thing. Don't worry. It's all good.
Okay. I tap my faith to your faith.
Wow, all right. So, oh my goodness.
Okay, should separation lead to divorce? Should
Awesome.
misunderstanding lead to divorce or separation? Okay, what's the next question?
That's the only question.
Depends on the misunderstanding, no?
Oh,
Yeah.
open it. Let us see.
There are some misunderstanding that the solution is not divorce, it's not separation, it's communication,
Okay.
sensible communication. Sitting down and talking like two people that God puts his brain and his spirit inside. Analyze the solution, the problem, find a way for the solution. If let's say as two you are not able to get to a solution, get a third party involved. An elder, according to the Bible, an elder or a counselor. So that depends on the level of the misunderstanding. But there are some misunderstanding that from the beginning, the end has already shown that go your separate way. There are some misunderstanding like that. And like I said I've promised this year. I think part of the prayer Mr. Leslie praying for me is working. I promised this year I will not talk to married people. If you're already married, you are my senior. My only advice for you, God will help you. But if it's threatening your life, you know what to do. But to the singles, communicate, know the level of understanding the person you are dealing with. Have rather. That way you know how to approach. There's no way you'll be together and you won't have misunderstanding. That means one person is lying to one person. And I'm sorry to say, it doesn't matter how long you dated. If you like, date for 10 years. I've seen relationships that they date for 10 years. They marry like this 2 years after. Everything. Fakam.
God will have to help us.
Oh God. I'm trying to introduce myself like a nice person. You see Lady Faith now. Why are you encouraging me?
Debbie, can I ask you a question?
Okay, sir.
What if there is no solution?
What if there is no solution?
Yes.
Then everybody can go their separate ways. If the only solution is going their separate ways. Because if there is no solution, which that means there will be chaos. That means there will be chaos. And the problem I have with all this kind of thing is this thing has been going on. It starts at a level of a seed. It starts from a seed. And then it grows. Then it grows. Then it grows.
Thank you.
Until it becomes a tree. Now the issue there is the children born in this situation, they suffer it. So if there is no solution at all, you've tried everything, there's no... See, I always say something. As much as I say, if it's not working, you've tried your best, let it go. I'm still an advocate of try all your best so that when you go, you will know, your conscience will tell you, I did my best. You will know that when you stand before the throne and God asks you, this person you met, did you do your best? You can say boldly, I did my best. Try your best. If after you've now tried your best, it still did not work, you will know, you will have peace in you. The reason a lot of people don't have the peace or the joy after separation is because for some reason there is something missing. There is something they wish they could have done better. There is something they wish they could have tried. I get it that your best might not be enough. That's why you need to try your best. When you now try your best and your best is not enough, maybe you carry your best and put it where peace and joy lives. So there are some misunderstanding that it shouldn't even get to a level where we are separating, we are calling this, if we both understand each other, if we both sit down and discuss it. But there are some that if there is no way out, there is nowhere in the Bible. Since I've in fact for 3 years now, I've started reading the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. And there is nowhere where they say, and thou shalt be married and thou shalt enter the kingdom of God. There's nowhere they say, and thou shalt be married and thou shalt have children and thou shalt be it shall be counted worthy of you to enter the kingdom of God. There is nowhere in the Bible like that. The only place in the Bible that determines how we enter the kingdom of God is thou should confess the Lord Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, believe in him, follow him, serve him, and do good. Marriage is good,
Right.
it's beautiful, God created it, but at the same time, he did not mandate us that we must die there, as in that we must die there. Not all like I said earlier, not all misunderstanding should lead to separation, but if you get to a stage where you have tried all your best, I have a funny way to analyze it. Some they have headache, you've tried paracetamol, it did not work. You grow into ibuprofen, it did not work. You tried cocodamol, it did not work. You try the next one, it did not work. All of them, it did not work. Lady Susan, don't laugh at me. Oh.
No, I wanted to be calling tramadol and morphine.
You've tried tramadol, you've tried drip, you've tried blood. They've done blood transfusion. It still did not work.
Waka.
They even tried to
I
do
don't know.
chemo.
As you answered that last question, it seems like there's silence in the land. I don't know if there's anybody who disagrees with your take on that on the panel
Oh,
and even the
if
hosts. I don't know.
if
My
there's
own
any
question, sorry, my own question would have been, how do you know you've done your very best? How do you know?
I believe as human,
Good evening,
and as
Onome. I see you.
I believe as human, you should know yourself to the extent where you know you've gotten to your limits.
Alice, good evening.
I believe as human, you should know yourself enough to know when you've gotten to your limits. I believe as human, you should know yourself enough to know when you've gotten to see what is your own best might not be my own best.
True.
Where you are still saying, oh, I've not done enough, I have overexhausted myself. So as human, you should know when you've gotten to where as once your body, your health, your finance, your career is already going the other way around. Not everything is not working in alignment. You should know that something is not balanced.
Yeah.
So you will know your limits. You will know when you've gotten to that point of, okay, I've been pushed to the wall now. Okay, let me share it's a bit personal, but let me share it. 2 years ago, a friend of mine sent a video of the result of beating that we didn't know what's going on. And the message under that video was, I've gotten to almost 6 feet. Oh, she sent the video herself. Before, if anybody see her and they ask her, how are you okay? You look this, you look that. She's always okay. She's always okay. Always playing. But when she sent the video, everybody was saying that. I was quiet. The only thing I said is, she's not mad. For her to send that video, she's gotten to the limit. If you leave her there after this, well, because for her not to talk after years, and she's talking for once, you should know. You guys say, I've noticed this before. She will always say she's fine. Then why is she calling her? And I'm like, she's saying she was okay before because she was trying to make it work. Now she's seeing herself that they are saying goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. We love the best, but Jesus loved this rest. Sorry,
Far away.
sorry, Mr. Leslie.
Lord
That prayer
have
have expired.
mercy.
Start another one.
Wow.
So she sent the video herself, and everybody. I was like, you guys don't make a mistake where we will all regret. You see, one offer for her to move. Wallahi, she carry her bag. She did not even think about it. She looked healthier within a year. That was when my own emotion came alive. Like, I busted into tears. Like, you've been dying? She said I was only trying to make it work. So I believe as human being, you know when you know when you've tried all your best. You know when you've gotten to your limit. So when it comes to misunderstanding, it's bound to happen in relationship. Misunderstanding is not the problem. Is it healthy? There are some misunderstanding that from the beginning you know this is not healthy and this is not leading to anywhere. You see the lady you people are talking about. You see, I said, let her use her mouth to tell you this is what I want to do. My lady, relationship with her, don't advise her until she open her mouth to say this is what I want to do. Because she will still be blaming herself. I should have tried better. If they didn't encourage me to leave, maybe, and once misunderstanding is already getting to the unhealthy state, don't think about yourself if children are there already. That means you are damaging the next generation.
If they're not already damaged.
That's the thing. That means the next generation is being damaged. At the end of the day, we now have children that are just aggressive for no reason, or some of them, they are not aggressive, but they are very intimidated amongst their peers. They are very withdrawn and all that. It's a result of this kind of thing in marriages. So when it's happening, please, Biko, try and solve it as much as you can. Get help where you can. Pray where you can. And after you have done all these things, let me use Paul's message. After you have suffered for a while, may the God of peace be with you. And anyway, bye. It's okay. The prayer have expired yet. Let me mute my
Gabby, you need deliverance, wallahi.
No, seriously. The next one I will say is not nice, so let me leave it. Mr. Leslie, the prayer have expired. Let's renew. But to be honest, not all the misunderstanding should lead to separation. But if you have done your best, if it's by flushing yourself out, if it's by flying, if it's by crawling, do it. Not all men. Sometimes we look at the male side. Sometimes some women, may your children not meet their type.
Amen. A big
There are some
amen.
women that may your children not meet their type. You'll be wondering. So God will help us. In all we do, try to live. Even if you buy, let it be natural one.
Not
Bye.
marriage. All right. Thank you, Debbie. So not all. I mean, we're hearing all of our submissions. Is you know how marriage is for you. You know the ones to take on board. You know the ones to filter away. You know what your action is going to be. You know what you have to do for yourself. Find wisdom, find boldness, find courage. Above all, find peace. Doing what you have to do. I'll leave it there. Thank you, Debbie. So I'm gonna come to Foluke now. Officially, you're welcome to Insight. Yeah, I know a lot has been said, a lot can still be said. It's still the same question: should misunderstandings in marriage lead to separation or divorce? Because we're hearing different perspective today. At least we're learning. That's much I can say. So let's hear your views for looking, and welcome to Inside with FunmiRoyal.
Thank you so much. Hi, good evening, everyone. It's lovely to be here. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
To start with, I would say that misunderstanding at times depends on what is the reason of well, why are we having misunderstanding about? Some people in, like you said, in marriage, when like young people they go married, like a young man and a young woman go married, as they grow up, they realize that they're growing in a different way, like they're growing apart. Like what used to interest me before doesn't interest my husband anymore. Well, like what used to interest the husband before, like what both of them you normally find pleasure in, it doesn't. The wife doesn't find pleasure. Maybe she'd gone through childbirth, and her head is somewhere else, but the husband is still having pleasure in that thing, and the woman is like, "Me, I can't do this thing anymore," and the husband is trying to understand why. You know what? You know this is why I like to do this thing, and and before you know it, one unresolved situation start leading to resentment. It's not just woman alone, both ways now.
Yeah.
At times your husband keep talking about something, this thing, this thing, this thing, but you don't, just because they've not been able to find the middle ground, they find that particular situation unresolved.
Yeah.
And like Sister Debbie said, some situations happen, some misunderstanding doesn't warrant to have separation or divorce. You just need to find a common ground.
Yeah.
Common ground. And another thing that really causes a misunderstanding without resolution is when there's a lot of assumptions.
Yeah.
You assuming, I'm assuming, we're not having a clear, direct, concise communication.
Yeah.
You're assuming, I'm assuming, I thought you said this, oh, I thought that was what you said. There was no concise communication. It also leads to misunderstanding not getting resolved. But when misunderstanding doesn't get resolved for a long time, at a long while, you see the resentment start creeping in. The husband start having pleasure in another woman's company. They might not even have the mind of probably cheating on their spouse, but because the resentment is there already at work, at home, they might find someone at work that's kind of chatty with them, and before they know it, they're creeping towards that person. And the same thing, the couple starts drifting apart, and drifting apart so much that they don't even understand. They don't even realize, they don't even know the damage of that misunderstanding in their home. It's not that they don't love each other. Now, on this case, like, it's not like they don't love each other. They love each other. They cherish their marriage, but there's something, an unresolved misunderstanding that nobody's trying to find a middle ground, and it's pulling their marriage apart. They are drifting in a different way, and most of the time, spirituality as well. Maybe the man has grown to a certain level in his spiritual or no his own spiritual journey, in giving, finances. A lot of things can cause it, like giving. The husband believes he has to do for that, do for family, and a lot of times it comes when the husband has to, like, oh, I have to give my uncle, I have to help my auntie, and the woman is like, chill, you've not even helped, we have a lot of projects to do, and the husband is like, this is my family, I have to take care of them. And that causes a lot of misunderstanding that I have seen personally. Like both of them, they have their different like principles with things, and it's not as if it wasn't like that when they got married. But as the marriage goes on, they drifted apart. They have a different mindset. They have different views about life, and they've not been able to find a common ground. So at times when marriages, they keep doing like that, and on and on and on, they keep growing up, the children start seeing the kind of pattern in the marriage as well, and you see the children tends to like drift towards the mom or the dad. See, some children be like, oh, that's my dad. Some children are going to be taking sides with their dad, and some children are going to start taking sides with their mom.
Yeah.
It can keep going on and on and on like that. Sometimes some families, they realize that they are no longer together until the children have actually gone to uni, because it's actually the children that's keeping the home together. Of a mother and a father, they keep like, oh, you go and tell your mom I'm going out, you go and tell your dad that I'm doing this. They can't have because of one certain misunderstanding that they had. So when the children now end up going to uni, both of them are now in the house. They can't have a conversation, they can't talk. Before you know it, next thing you hear is that they are getting divorced, because the only magnet keeping them together is the children. And remember where this started from, because they couldn't find a common ground. The husband will be thinking, I am holier than thou, I am righteous, this is what my Bible says, this is what God has told me to do, and that's what I'm doing. I don't care, I don't want you to take me to hell. And the woman will be like, this is what I want to do for my family, you can't stop me. I don't, just because they couldn't find common ground. And like I said, most of the time it comes from a place where we don't have a concise communication. And as well, another thing that I see is that a little bit of kindness goes a long way. Like a little, just be more kind. Just be the kindest person. It goes a long way, because if you are kind, you will realize that your partner is different and you are different. No matter what happens, you meet different people as you grow up, your awareness changes, your mindset changes. You would give them a benefit of like a chance for them to prove themselves. If your husband is saying, this is what God has called me to do, maybe God has called me to build a church, and your faith doesn't go with it, you just be so, it's wasting money, we need to buy mortgage, you tell me you are building a church in Nigeria, what kind of nonsense is that? And the misunderstanding, a lot of things, I can keep going on and on and on about it. But what I can say is that a little bit of kindness would go in a long way. And for us not to keep going into the cycle of separation, divorce, coming together, separation, divorce, coming together, because in most times, separation, when what you separate from might not be what you come back to again when separations happen. What you thought you've separated from is not what you're going to come back to. And then coming back to a different person from who you separated from, it's like you're starting all over again. You're dating all over again. It depends on the intention and the purpose of that person. Like, okay, this home must not break. What are we going to do? I am going to try my best. You ready to try your best? Let us work together. Then that's where intention comes in. Like, okay, our intention is that we are not going our separate ways. Our home will not break. Then, whatever misunderstanding they have, they would make sure that it doesn't lead to separation, not to talk of like divorce to start with. So, a bit of kindness, communication, and at least giving each other, have a little faith in each other. If your husband is coming up with something, an idea that you think is outrageous, have a little faith in him. If he's saying, oh, he wants to do a business with some people and you don't trust his friends, have a little faith, a little kindness. It goes a long way. God help us in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you, sis. Man, I can't top that. Thank you so much for your contribution. As they say, a word is enough for the wise. God will have to help us. We need wisdom, really, in our homes. A lot of us are walking the path we've never walked before. Even our parents have never walked before. Because sometimes when I say, let me look at my parents and cite examples and find courage or encouragement. But you find out that all you know about your parents' marriage, the one you've entered into, in fact, they're two separate things. So you can't even compare notes anywhere. So it makes it even more challenging sometimes. And that's why, we might need to seek help, even professionally, and not be ashamed about that. Because you've never walked this path before, and that's why it's so hard. And then, God help you, you're so close to the Holy Spirit. He tells you things, you hear him clearly, and you do things he tells you, as well. That helps as well. So thank you so much for looking for your contributions. Those scenarios, so many scenarios, we can paint, and some you will hear your jaws will drop, and some you will hear you feel like, are these people for real? Is this what is causing misunderstanding? Yet they're almost at each other's throat. So anything can cause misunderstanding, as long as you have the wisdom to realize that and communicate, and find solution as best as possible and as quick as possible before things linger on to separation and divorce. It's very important. I'm gonna come to, let me see, some people have dropped. So baritone Ayonitemi, I'm not sure. I don't know who, because you're both on 0 to start with. I don't know who came in last. Baritone, did you meet Ayonitemi in there, or Ayonitemi, did you meet baritone? I don't know. One of you will have to speak.
I'm not forced. She can go. I can talk later. I'm not actually. I don't really have much to say. I'm going to
I know
rest
you
my
never have
submission
much
here.
to say, but don't worry, we'll let her speak and then we'll come to you since you're a regular. She's also a regular. She always comes, but not in the box. I think this is the first time she's probably coming into this box as well. So Ayonitemi, good evening. And before she speaks, for those who do not know, Ayonitemi is my cousin. She's my blood. So she's always here to support, but she said, don't worry, I'm okay there, giving me moral support behind the scenes, so to say. So sis, thank you, my cousin. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm sure you've heard so many contributions from people. We'd like to hear from you. What is your view about this topic? First off, good evening. It's been a while. I know you're upset with me, but don't be upset with me. I promise. I promise I'll be calling regularly, more regularly. So, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, house.
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah.
Off.
In my own opinion, I think misunderstanding can cause divorce and separation. But what I would like to say is because of there is lack of communication between them, and what they forgot is that the way they are doing before they get married. Most people have forgotten that, or maybe because they don't know that the house they are going to spend the rest of their life there. Maybe that is the reason. But
Okay.
I don't like talking much, but because a lot of things has been going on in the different houses. And what they don't know is no matter what happen, it's going to affect their children.
Definitely.
No matter what they do. But I think they should always put their children first before they start their misunderstanding. I know their misunderstanding may occur, but if they have God, I think everything is going to be settled between them without even call the third party to be settling it for them.
Thank you, Foluke.
Yeah, so that is
Okay.
my opinion for now.
All right. Thank you, sis. Yeah, sometimes it's harder when children are involved. If a couple, they're just newly married and there's no child, and of course some people, they wait 5 years, 2, 3, 5 years before having children. And if these huge misunderstandings happen there, I think in as much as we don't want divorce, it's a lot easier for them to go their way, so to say. And okay, I'm gonna bring you up now. It's a lot easier because when the children are involved, no matter how young the children are or the child is, that child exists between the two of you. So even if you go your separate ways, that child will always connect the two of you. So at some point you will have to talk, except you just abandon each other completely. One of the parents will take the child and that's the end. No connection whatsoever. Maybe, I don't know, but even if there's no connection whatsoever, that child still connects the two of you for life, except something happens to the child, God forbid. So this thing is very important. Now, we're not just talking about husband and wife now losing or having misunderstanding. How does it play where the children are concerned? Because sometimes it affects those children psychologically as well. They might not be able to verbalize certain things, but they see these things. They know that this home is not as happy as it used to be, or they know there's something wrong. And because they're children, there's only so much they can say anyways. So we need to be mindful you're talking about the mental well-being of the wife, the husband, the children. Now maybe a bit of extended family, I don't know, but sometimes culture will permit maybe cousins or nephews, nieces to be living there. It's going to affect whoever is in that environment. So we have to be selfless when it comes to these things. Misunderstandings will always happen, but it's how we communicate to resolving things that matters. Sometimes we allow it to linger on and on and on, and sometimes we tackle it quickly. And as you're tackling it, another one is coming. So you know it's continuous really. There's no escaping in it. You just have to be master at quick response to misunderstanding, if I can put it that way. So thank you so much for your contribution, looking at the children involved in such home as well. So I'm going to come to you, Barito. Now the floor is open to you. I know you don't have anything or much to say, but just say it anyways. What's your own view about this? Talking about misunderstanding in marriage. Should misunderstandings in marriage lead to separation or divorce? What say you?
Yeah, I rest. Like I said, I don't have much to say. Most people have said,
Okay.
or everybody has said a lot, or most of those. But I want to rest very much on what Elder Debbie said,
Okay.
because you know, we all know she's a rebel. But I like the kind of rebel she is.
For
She's always
Christ.
speaking sense, more often than not. So, yeah, and that's why I wrote down there before I came into the box saying that um, it, it may in some cases, and it actually should in some cases. So, of course, she broke down what I meant in that statement, and I don't think that there's need to reinvent the wheel there. It's obvious, of course. Nobody prays for these things to happen, and if when they happen, they should be nipped in the bud and dealt with. Then of course, the word of God says, the sunset shall not find, you still angry. But sometimes these things fester. And of course, as we are human beings, so being humans, we are susceptible to, doing wrong again and again and again and again. But sometimes it becomes a habit, and then the habit would then turn to something sinister. And that's when, you hear things like run, things like that being said in certain relationships. It's wherever there is human interaction, social engineering, you will always have conflict.
Yep.
And no less in a marriage, so the marriage relationships, so, and the normal thing would be to talk through things and resolve them. But in certain situations, certain settings, it's not always, it doesn't always lead to a peaceful resolution, to all being resolved in a way that it brings peace and calm. Sometimes it's resolved in a way that it brings an uneasy atmosphere. It'd be like, say, they drop bomb for Hiroshima, everywhere they come, but that kind of uneasy quietness.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that is when, you need to seek alternative solutions, talking to someone, a person, and all that, as you would say. Um, um, yeah, yeah, but this, I mean, God, of course, God is the extraordinary factor, to always talk to God, in the depths of your heart, because, of course, He listens. And I think Psalm 139 says, before even a word is uttered, He knows what you're thinking. So, talking to God, that because the truth remains, as human beings, there are certain misunderstandings that you may not be able to settle. That's why I asked them Debbie that question, and rightly so. In her answer, she tackled it headlong. And that's true. There's certain misunderstandings that would not, you cannot settle to bring enough to bring, you cannot settle enough to bring about a solution that is good enough for both parties. But then, of course, that's where you need the wisdom of God. Sometimes, going separate ways, is what it is. And sometimes it might not actually be what should be done, but you need wisdom to navigate such murky waters, and that's where you need to talk to God more. So I believe these are things that people have touched on and mentioned already, and it's continuing to seek the face of God in such situations. So I'll leave it there for now, and thank you very much. Yeah, I think this is in a roundabout way. This is a topic that has been dealt with through a different question sometime last year. If my memory serves me well.
Some topics are back actually.
Yeah, it came in a different other way, So
Okay. So you remember that means you attended that one.
Oh yes, I'm a regular. Sometimes I stay on the FYP and I listen to my sister.
If we were marking register, here, we know some people that will be at the bottom of it.
My brother Leslie.
Leslie is the headmaster. Forget it.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
he would be the headmaster.
Yes. And I mean, of course, and Shan is there now. I'm seeing new faces, and it's good that new people are coming into the community.
I don't
know.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can drop me and bring in Elder Kenneth.
We will drop you latecomer. Yeah, be wishful thinking. It's okay, but thank you for your contribution. Thank you. I hear you. We're going to be rounding off soon, and there's a tongue twister. You have to take part, so don't run away anyway. I still have one free box. Anybody can come into that one. But thank you so much for your contribution. Above all, seek God, pray, and let Him guide and direct you. Because, like I said, there's no marriage in heaven as such. But in as much as it lies with us, we have to, put in our very best, such that when we give account, at least we can give such account. We tried our very best. I know it's not, God really doesn't want divorce, but life happens, things happen. People grow apart, different principles of life, they grow into different one, and life happens. So we know these things. As long as your health matters, because if one is dead, which marriage will we be talking about to start with? So we really need wisdom, really, especially when we're making decision that can be either separation or divorce. We need the Spirit of God to guide us into that path as well. So thank you, Baritone. I'm coming lastly to Faith. Faith will hear your submission, and I'll bring my puzzle, and then we'll call it a night. We've expanded this topic, different views, different submissions. So whoever's listening out there, you would have found something that is, that would stick with you and help you whilst you're reflecting on stuff, because sometimes it's not one heart fits all. Whatever you have heard here today that you think is beneficial, use it to your own advantage. And I pray God will sort all our marriages out. As many that are going through whatever misunderstanding or whatever issues in marriage, God will sort us out. Faith, good evening. Thanks for joining us. Really, we want to hear your views as we begin to round up tonight on Insight. So you're welcome, and happy Thursday to you.
Good evening and happy Thursday to everyone. It's an interesting topic. I was enjoying it, and the good thing I was just listening with my husband. He was listening as well.
Oh, that's
But
good.
instead
That's
to talk,
good.
maybe he would talk at the end. He will add something at the end. Um, I just want to say misunderstanding, yes, it can lead to divorce, and it's at the other hand, not having misunderstanding, it's very dangerous in a marriage.
Really?
Because it's, yeah,
Everybody
because
wants peace, Faith. I
because
want
if you are
peace.
not having misunderstanding, it means that someone is not free in that marriage. It's, yeah, because you cannot agree on each and everything
Everything all the time,
all the
yeah.
time.
That's
So there will be someone who'll be just saying yes, 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 yes. And at the end of the day, most of the marriage which are like that, they are the ones which quickly end in divorce. And you may say divorce because someone was just saying, you were just doing
well,
things,
everything is perfect.
but it won't be perfect because I believe marriage is just like a bed of roses. Roses are beautiful, but they have got thorns as well.
Yeah.
So marriage, it's beautiful like a rose, but it also have thorns in it. But we just need wisdom how to remove the thorns because we don't want to lie that it will be all roses. Yeah. We'll face some challenges like everyone was saying. And one thing that I just want to mention is in marriage, it's good like to
Jackie.
invest yourself in knowing each other's background, like the childhood. Like some people, like for us ladies, we think it's not something which we don't like in an African setup. We think it's not something that you enjoy to spend time at your in-laws' place, but it's very good. That's when you see the childhood of your partner, and it will help you in resolving misunderstanding because the trauma someone have went through in his or her childhood, it affects your marriage. So if you get an understanding of someone childhood, it will help you to solve the misunderstanding that comes in the marriage. Like if someone grow up in an abusive marriage, it will affect her or it will affect him as well. So you just need to understand and knowing that, oh, my partner, because of his or her background, I just have to be patient with her. And the last thing that I want to say is it's good to be spiritual at the end in marriage, like to pray a lot, but too much of anything, it's not good. Too much of spiritual. I don't want to, for my personal experience, when I got married, I thank God my husband was patient with me. I was too much at the spiritual side that I would be saying, you don't like. I was back in Africa. I remember back then I would just pack my bag and say, I'm going for 3 days, 5 days in the mountain without even consulting whether you like it or not. I'm going for prayer. I'm going for prayer. I'm fasting. Yeah.
So
Even
who is now the son of the devil?
even in the bedroom. Even in the bedroom, I'll be saying I'm fasting today.
Yeah, I was actually just about to ask you, what you meant about too much of spirituality.
So at the end of the day, it will affect. Like I've got a friend. She divorced with her husband because of too much spirituality. At the end of the day, like she would just come in and say, pastor said I should seat this fridge, I should seat this car, without even consulting the husband. So at the end of the day, we need to balance the things. Everything just need to balance. Yes, it's good to be prayerful. Yes, it's good to listen to the men of God, but we need to balance it. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Faith.
Thank you.
those of you or going on the mountain all the time, please be coming down from the mountain so that peace can reign. I know, certain things. That's why, as you grow in marriage, you're meant to develop your mindset. Even your values will change as you're growing in that marriage. Because certain things will be like child's play. You just have to leave it and let it go and pick on, good values, upskilled value. I don't know what grammar to use. Things will change definitely. And if your mindset is just there, it's going to be difficult. Your spouse is growing and you're just there in that same mindset. There will be misunderstandings, and that's why we need the wisdom of God. We need God's grace. Marriage, hey, be better consult the owner of the marriage if you want to dabble into it. Otherwise, I don't know how you're going to survive or for how long, because this is just one aspect of issues marriage will go through. And God helping you, you're not equipped enough to handle things. Remember I said you're growing in your marriage, you haven't walked that path before. You don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. You don't know what next year is going to bring. Yet you're still in that marriage and you have to live life together. God helping also. So on that note, we're going to stop or leave it there. I mean, a lot has been said. And wisdom is enough, more than enough. Word is enough for the wise, as they say. Let us go home. If you're home, think about it, reflect on it. If you're married, sit your spouse down and talk about these things. Be ready to listen, slow to speak or slow to speak, quick to listen or whatever. All of these things we talked about, let's put it into practice and see how far we can help one another. And if you're separated, I mean, that means things have really escalated. Once again, I would say seek professional help. Do not be ashamed to doing that, because it's something that would help. And be mindful really where you seek help professionally as well. Be mindful, because sometimes I've heard some cases, I don't want to scare us here. Just be mindful, prayerfully together, even though you're still having that misunderstanding, seek professional help such that you get the help you need. And life goes on. Remember, there's still misunderstandings of tomorrow is still coming. So please, let's survive today. Okay, let me post my puzzle, which is a tongue twister for today. And anybody can attempt this, really. Anybody. And it has to do with our topic for today as well. So you can see, misread words make married hearts miss meaningful moments. May we not miss meaningful moments because of misunderstanding. So yeah, thank you, Baritone. You like to repost, so let me know about that again. So who's going to be our first taker? At least we need 4 people to do this. Let's laugh a bit before we go to sleep. Let us laugh a bit. You know the drill. Misread words makes married hearts miss meaningful moments 3 times as fast as possible without blabbing, and then you might just get some sort of gift tonight. Debbie.
Sean is your twin in the house.
She's not here today. Where is Debbie going? Oh, because TikTok has not dropped you. It's you that want to drop yourself now. Don't look for trouble, oh. Leslie too, I hope you have not slept up. Relationship clinic. Any taker. This one I'm not calling names. Whoever is ready. 3 times without blabbing as fast as possible.
Why are you calling my name?
I'm saying hello. How are you?
Sorry, I'm coming. My wife is calling me. I'm coming.
Come back here.
We can't hear any calling. I do not hear my sister calling.
Tell your wife 1 minute. Tell madam 1 minute.
As if that's how he answers all the time when she calls.
Don't mind him.
You see? Anyway, okay. You go and come back. At least you're still in the box. So any taker. Repost though before you go and answer our sister. Oh. Let's see. I think I still have it. Paste. Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe I should start from the top of the box. The person on the on the top of the box, or we start from the bottom. It's the two of you can't escape it. Baritone, you are number one in the box. Debbie, you are number last in the box. So two of you have meeting and decide who's going first. Relationship clinic, you're there. You know the drill. You might
Because we
start
are
off.
supposed
I can go first. Yeah.
okay, it's good because we are
Please,
supposed to be
we know
respecting
the
everybody.
rules. Please, let's adhere to the rules. I beg us in God's name. Please. Because after now, you think I'm doing wayo like Nigerian people. I mean, like some people. Let me not say
Hold
Nigerian
on,
people.
no, hold on. We are in winter. It's cold already. I mean, I
Please,
don't want ice.
so we
Hold
don't
on.
have misunderstanding. Ask for clarity's sake. If you don't know the rules,
Yeah, but what I mean is, I don't want ice cream. It's cold already. I want hot chocolate.
okay, we'll find it. Let me be looking whilst you're saying it. Yeah, yeah. What if you will even get it right?
Okay. Misread words make married hearts miss meaningful moments. Misread words make married hearts miss meaningful moments. Misread words make married hearts miss meaningful moments.
You to judge for yourself.
I try now.
I've not said you haven't tried. I said just judge for yourself.
Do you want me to do it again? I could do it again. Okay. Hold on now.
You're the one posting it, so repost it for yourself to see.
Okay. Misread words make married hearts make. Hey God. This one gets us a bill.
When you mumble through it the first time, you think I didn't hear nothing clearly, and you wanted to bamboozle me with that. No way. Calm
Misread words
down.
make married hearts miss meaningful moments. Misread words make married hearts miss meaningful moments. Misread words make married hearts miss meaningful moments. I try. It's better
Okay.
than the first time.
Okay. I'm looking for. I can't find hot chocolate, so no gift for you.
Oh yeah,
You're having tea or you're sipping something. Let me give you one bagel to go with that. So well done.
okay, thank
Well
you.
done.
Thank you.
Okay, maybe we go up and down, up and down. So Debbie, you're next, please.
How did you reach my turn, Nana? Maybe you will be Mr. Leslie.
And we're going up and down, so that nobody will run away.
Oluwa. This one get as a bit tonight. Oh, what's happen? I've never said
It's not even long enough.
it's not.
Okay, so at
My
least you confirmed that.
and my dentist want me to be
Leslie,
careful
oh
of.
yeah, be praying for Debbie, please. Be praying, be
They
praying.
want me to be careful of people that their name starts with F.
Abio, you can imagine. My own did not kuku start with F, so.
Anyways, misread words make married arts miss meaningful moments. Misread words make married arts miss meaningful moments. Misread words make married arts miss meaningful moments.
How we do it? Okay,
Oh,
so are you eating bagel? Let me look for tea for you, because we're balancing whatever everybody is having now.
I'm not eating anything at the moment. I'm only drinking water.
Shan, God bless you, Shan.
What did she say? I didn't see.
No, he actually Mr. Barrington actually did it. This is the first time he's got to do it twice. Wow, I was surprised, but
Can
he
you
did it.
imagine? I wanted
Thank
to
you, my
bamboozle.
love.
I can't find it, so I'll have to give you the bagel, which is even more. Okay, I found it. There you go.
So, Mr. Leslie, they are calling you
Leslie,
now.
over to you. Leslie has been quiet, after his submission. I'm wondering, and it's a Thursday night, not Monday night. Elder Leslie, you have to press that button called microphone. So you're listening. We want to hear you. Baritone, please help me post that. Do you need to get your glasses, or is your wife calling you because you were in the kitchen before? Thank you. Elder Leslie, on mute now. We're here. It doesn't matter. We're here. Let's even try.
Okay. Let me try. They're calling me now. That's why I'm trying to. I have to go somewhere else in the house.
All of you that let me not say you're lying now that your wives are calling you. Why are all the wives calling their, okay, it's late, I get it. All right, please try.
All right. Misread words make my hearts meaningful moments. Misread words make my hearts meaningful moments. Misread words make my hearts meaningful moments.
Have you started? Leslie, please go and sleep. We release you. Yeah? Now the fact that you even try to it. Let's just be.
Missing one word. What did I say? Yeah, I think I'm. Which word am I missing
So
now?
it's okay. It's all right. Thank you. Thank you for. Let me even clap for you.
Okay, before my
It's
son
Elder Kenneth. Oh, I've been trying to find him. Oh, Elder Kenneth, we need you. Though I'm coming to relationship clinic now, it's your turn. And please don't tell me baby is crying now. Baby needs mommy. Everybody's coming up with all sort of excuse.
My own husband is calling me.
Seriously? Did you hear? It's my own son that is calling me. Oh yeah, please. Thank you, Barito, for reposting. Yes, 3 times as fast
Okay.
as possible without blabbing.
Misread words make married hearts miss meaningful moments. Misread words make married hearts miss meaningful moments. Misread words make married hearts miss meaningful moments.
Peleka, okay, yeah, let us clap for you. Don't go. You had to cough. You had to cough. Okay. You tried. Yes. Well done. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yes, so one more taker, and that person happens to be Shan. Susan, you escaped this one. Faith, you want to try? Maybe Susan too want to try. Find anyone that wants to try. But we're coming to you, Shan. Since you didn't bring your twin sister today. Shan, you have to unmute your mic.
I thought Faith and Susan were going first.
Yeah, you're the one on top now. The other box is empty from my own arrangement here.
This one seems tough tonight.
Why are you saying? Is it even the shortest one I've brought in a while?
Yeah, but okay, let me just.
Oh, that means you've been practicing and it's somehow, yeah? That's what you say. Oh, and now you just win the whole thing now. Okay. Let's hear you.
I hope so tonight. Okay. Misread words make married hearts miss meaningful moments. Misread words make married hearts miss meaningful moments. Misread words make married hearts miss meaningful moments.
Married hearts, okay. Well done. You tried. Let's find it for you. So, Susan and Faith, who wants to go? Or you do the next one on Monday?
My nose is blocked.
Your nose is blocked.
Yeah,
is it not your mouth that you used to talk?
Yeah,
seriously?
Since everyone is giving excuses.
Oh, I see. Oh, so it's not my brother that is calling you now.
Nah,
it's your nose that is blocked. Yeah, pele. Drink hot tea, please. Baritone, give her hot tea or whatever you're sipping. As long as it's okay. Never mind.
Okay, misread words makes married heart miss meaningful moments. Misread words make married heart miss meaningful moments. Misread words makes married heart miss meaningful moments. Oh, the thing keeps going up and down. So I tried now.
Well, let's just stop it.
Even with the blocked nose.
Susan, I thought you'd gone to sleep.
No,
Can
not
you
today,
imagine?
because I'm not
Block
working tomorrow. So I said, no, let me give
All
my
right.
own
Let
night.
me just give you that one because you tried. You tried. Faith, so that it's not that we're leaving you behind. We just wanted to partake of this as well. I know it's a mouthful, but let's just try all the same. Yes, Iselda Kenneth, I really wanted to hear, but TikTok keep dropping him off. So Faith, are you there? You want to try this? You want to try for the fun of it?
Yes, I'm here, but for me, I have done my contribution, so my husband is going to do the game.
Oh, okay. Bring
Yeah.
it on. Okay.
Misread words make married hearts miss meaningful moments. Misread. No, misread hearts make married hearts miss meaningful moments. Misread.
Misread words make
Why did you do this now?
misread words make married hearts miss meaningful moments. Misread words make married hearts miss meaningful moments. Misread words make married hearts miss meaningful moments. Yeah.
Una try you.
I think, honestly, you see, I'm crying already. I think you and Hobby should go and sleep.
It's like you're ready for bed.
But the fact that you guys made me bring my tissue to clean my eyes, so you have done the job well, honestly.
We have done it. We have done it. We have,
Oh my
My
God.
lady,
I'm
I
like,
have
please,
been
please,
oh my God,
just bring duvet. Let the man sleep.
I've been looking for physical definition of two shall become one today.
I see the way she just covered him immediately. He started reading misread what. He
Oh
just
my.
quickly blocked the thing and said,
In fact, I'm like, what's going on here? Somebody's definitely sleeping. And I'm like, oh, is he asking for clarity or what? So that there won't be misunderstanding or something, you know? But well done, well done. I love that combo. Well done, well done. Yeah, he tried. Yes, misread mind. Yeah, all of it. Yeah, he tried. Well done. Thank you, sir, for attempting that. I mean, it's his first time, so well done. Actually, at least you made us laugh. So everybody will go to bed happy, hopefully, by the grace of God. Thank you all so much for your contributions. Very, very important. Very insightful. Very, very real.
thank you,
Even the
everyone.
question that came here. Thank you, Faith. I hope I'll see you Monday, 8 p.m. as well. On Mondays, we talk about individual issues, but on Thursday, we talk about marriage issues. We need to find strategies of coping and we need to find divine wisdom. Honestly, sometimes life is not easy, but like minds coming together, rubbing minds together, and trying to find the best way to handling these life issues in marriage. I pray that God will keep all our homes. Whatever we need to do, God will give us the boldness, the courage, the grace to do it, and not just do it, to do it well, to the glory of His name. So, to everyone, Baritone, Leslie, Kenneth, I know you're still there. Thank you so much, my brother. Shan, Faith, Susan, Relationship Clinic, Debbie, Gazim, gung, 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 gung. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate all of you. Do have a lovely night rest. Enjoy the weekend, and we'll be back here on Monday, 8 p.m. UK time, by the grace of God. I remain yours, FunmiRoyal. Please be safe out there and be wise. Good night, everybody. Inside. Don't worry, I'm still laughing from the puzzle. Yes, thank you, Faith. Oh, thank you, Baritone. Thank you, Relationship Clinic. A13, thank you. Gracias. Thank you.
me, shine to the whole world.
Debbie, thank you. Good night. Help me greet Adasa, please.
Let the dawn of
Shan,
a new
good
day
night. Please do reach out, don't forget. And Faith as well. Relationship Clinic as well. Good night, everyone. God bless.